Hey, everybody. Hate to double dip, but let's do this.
Well, I started this story in the middle of the page. I remembered the lines and forgot my age. When somebody said my attitude was snotty, that's when you call and say get out tonight. I catch a late night movie on a late night flight. I'll be getting real drunk and making fun of everybody. Ain't nobody gonna get me down. Something must have gone around. Hey, you can stick that sign up your ass. The one that says it won't last. My sugar buzz is growing higher and higher every day. Your sarcasm cuts like a knife. I'll have the time of my life. My sugar buzz is growing higher and higher every day. To a party last Saturday night. You know, I think I got laid, then I got in a fight. I don't remember that much, but I think I liked it. I saw some band called Roses and Sake, and they brought back the rock and the singer was cocky. 2 years later, I'm sure they'll forget about it. Ain't nobody gonna get me down. Something must have gone around. Yeah, you can stick that sign up your ass. The one that says it won't last. My sugar buzz is growing higher and higher every day. Your sarcasm cuts like a knife. I'll have the time of my life. My sugar buzz is growing higher and higher every day.
And hey, everybody. Welcome to Squatch Talk. I'm Pat. How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see you here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate every single one of you. And so, beep, 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 beep. Breaking news. Tonight, old Thinker Thunker did a retraction of his Bigfoot ripping a pine tree out of the forest video. Shocker, right? You mean it wasn't real? What? Huh? It wasn't real? He did a retraction. Not a very good one, but it was a retraction. It was a admission that, yes, there was a feller buncher in the shot. So therefore, it was a feller buncher doing all that. I can't help but to feel I was a part of it. I'm not going to take credit, but I was definitely a part of that. And it was a great and wonderful exercise. And hey, man, you bang on the door loud enough and scream, "This is BS," like beyond absurd BS, which it was. This, ridiculous claim and narrative of ripping a 10,000 pound, 80-foot tall pine tree out of the ground. Like that right there is beyond reality. But you knock on the door hard enough, you bang on the door hard enough, and you say, "Hey, man, this is BS." The overwhelming, voices that said that forced this guy to actually, make a video and try and save face. And to me, that's powerful. That is a step in the right direction, my friends. So, cheers. Simultaneous sip. Bigfoot world. Pick up your glasses. I don't care what you have. Coffee, drink, beer, whatever. Coke, water. Simultaneous sip. Cheers to you guys. Delicious. Because that's what did it, man. And honestly, dude, I didn't expect this to happen. I did not. My mind is blown. I can't believe that, we actually made a stand and it actually paid off. Pretty cool. But there's still more to do, man. Look, the retraction was not good enough. It was lame ass excuses. So, I mean, he had to save face, man, because again, it's overwhelming evidence, and enough people were beating on the door going, "This is BS. This is BS." He had no choice. But the retraction was still lame as hell. It was, I got this clip off TikTok. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't HD. Oops. Well, really? So you're saying that the clip's not good enough. You're admitting the clip's not good enough. But yet, when you made the original video, it was good enough to go, "There's a humanoid figure there." Well, which is it, you contradicting MFer? Which is it, dude? That's lame. Which is it? The clip's good enough to go, put a Bigfoot narrative behind it because you have the evidence in that clip that you think you could put that narrative there. But it wasn't good enough. I missed the feller buncher. I missed the machine. Sorry, dude. Sorry. There's only two things going on with Thinker Thunker. Thinker Thunker. There's only one of two things going on with that guy. He knew it was BS from the beginning. And oh, by the way, this clip came out a year and a half ago on YouTube. So let's not forget that portion of it. Surely he was aware of it then. but decided maybe he didn't want to make a video about it then. Convenient. But there's only one of two things going on. He's either like purposely being fraudulent by putting a Bigfoot narrative over something that has no business with a Bigfoot narrative put over it. And he knows that. He's doing it purposely and being fraudulent. Or he's not good at disseminating information very well. He has Bigfoot fever, if you will. Right? So no matter what comes his way, like I could send the guy a clip of a Lamborghini driving down the road at 115 miles an hour, he'll put a Bigfoot narrative over it. Like he's just that, delusional. So it's either pure delusion or it's fraudulent. He knows better. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to get clicks. He's chasing the tail of the dragon, man. He's trying to recapture that Yellowstone footage, which is also BS, by the way. Yeah, I hear you, Tom. Like, but this time he got caught. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, this has never happened before. Out of all the BS that Thinker Thunker has done, chasing the tail of that dragon, he got caught this time. Because, again, you guys beat down the door and said, no way, man. Like, not this time. Not one more time will you do this. And, man, like, that's what happened. I'm elated as I could be. I'm not going to lie. Like, this is a shift in the right direction. Like, he overstepped his bounds, like, clearly, And there, man, I got so many other issues with all that too. Like, just the narratives, I mean, like, he's talking. If you watch his retraction, he starts talking about drones in a ignorant way, in a very extremely ignorant way, which makes me immediately put me on the fence with, well, is this guy just like, like ignorant, or does he know better? I think when it comes to drones, he's definitely ignorant. And he's talking about audio. Like, well, there's no audio. And, the problem is, again, he goes back to excuses. He said, well, if we could have heard the audio, we would have heard the machines, but the drone propellers are too loud. Newsflash, Thinker Thunker, drones don't record audio just for that reason. There's no point in having a microphone on a freaking drone because the propellers are going to wash that out. That's not a thing. There are no microphones on drones. So you don't even know what you're talking about. Obviously, it was a goof. And I think the person that originally uploaded that video a year and a half ago admitted that it was just a goof. And this gets filed into the people trolling the Bigfoot world, even if they're not like, they're not purposely like trying to create like a huge, like nuclear bomb in the Bigfoot world. They're just kind of goofing on it. This is an example of that. The drone's at a certain angle where you can't see what's going on through the canopy down here. So, you always had that angle in play. The drone could have easily done this and looked down at whatever it wanted to. No one ever thought of that. Like, Thinker Thunker didn't think of that. His audience, they did, like, some of the comments were like, I wish the drone would have moved into a better position. But for the most part, it was just like, gobble, gobble, gobble. Wow, that's a Bigfoot. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, they carry trees off. And still, even in his retraction, Thinker Thunker said, even in his retraction, he said, I still don't understand how a machine can carry a pine tree off or a tree off like that vertically. Well, have you done any research? Feller bunchers can do that. That's what they do. They grab the tree, cut it, and then move it to wherever they want to drop it, which isn't always just right there. Sometimes it's over here. Sometimes it's 40 yards away. They bunch trees up in like certain numbers. Not like, a big giant 50-foot pile of fallen timber. They bunch them up to where the trucks can come in and haul them off. So yeah, a feller buncher can carry a freaking tree that big for as long as it wants to until it runs out of gas, dude. They could drive down the damn road in like a parade style. Hey, look, I can carry a tree. That's what they do, man. They're powerful machines. Very, very powerful. So, anyway, score 1 point for the critical thinkers. Not to make it about that. I mean, I say that in jest, but that was a huge, to me, man, that was a huge deal. Like, even though the retraction was crap, absolute crap, excuses, for that to actually happen, to force his hand, like in the Bigfoot world, he's a powerful YouTuber. 50,000 subscribers. Dude, again, hats off to you guys, because you guys made it happen. And I gotta give a shout out to Tim, not my producer Tim, but Tim Lewis, who he was the one that I think he's the catalyst. At the end of the day, he was the one that really forced Thinker Thunker's hand. And let's see if I can share this real quick. Because in my group, he originally posted in my group where he took the original HD footage and he zoomed in on it and scrubbed it, and you could see the feller buncher. So I definitely got to give a shout out to Tim on this. Not my producer. Why is that not Chrome tab? How about Chrome tab? Facebook. Share. Can you guys see that? There's probably there's a hold on. Let me get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so he was the one. He posted this on my group, and then he posted it on the Thinker Thunker group. And this is where Thinker Thunker got the footage. This is from Tim posting it. So does it stop playing when I guess when I back out of it? All right, I'll just stay in it, see what happens. Anyway, so this footage shows the feller buncher, doing its work. It's green. I believe it has a yellow, just like I put in the thumbnail. It's green with a yellow arm, the attachment to the tree, the saw, the grabby arm with the saw. And of course, you can see there's already like 20 damn logs put down in a path of logging that's happened. Tim posted this on Thinker Thunker's group, Facebook group. And what was his reward for doing this? He got kicked out of the group. And then Thinker Thunker took this footage and made his apology. So that's who that guy is. You know, that's who Thinker Thunker is, man. Gotta keep the narrative in play no matter what. So Tim brings this footage to his attention and like outright busts him, even though, I mean, he'd already been busted, but this was absolute proof, right? And he gets kicked out of the group. And then Thinker Thunker takes the footage and makes his apology based on that footage. That's shitty, man. That's not good, people. That's a deceiver. Or again, I mean, maybe Thinker Thunker has Bigfoot fever. It's one of the two. It can only be one of the two. So, I don't know. I think those bases are covered, man. Yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate it, bud. But yeah, we have that footage already. Like that was the catalyst that forced his hand. It totally. Oh, that reminds me. I got to do something real quick. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me for a minute. There's something I have to do here. I have to share this, what we're talking about right now, on that group. Because I forgot to do it. I was going to wait last minute and then got, like distracted. Oh, it was removed. Instantly removed. So I'm banned from posting anything there. Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah, I just posted this show live right now on Thinker Thunker's group. It was instantly removed. So that's automatic. That's basically a setting that says this guy isn't allowed to post here anymore. Well, dude, like, I came into the group to infiltrate just for this purpose, and it worked. So I don't want to fucking be a part of your group, man, because it's just bullshit. It's absolute BS, man. That is funny though. So, all right. Moving on. Moving on, guys. And thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. We're going to bring some more people in. I'm just trying to tee everything off here. So the feller buncher ate the porcupine, right? Because like this, man, this has been like Hey, stop it, Vaughn. Get out of here. This has been a hoax slash misidentification kind of week. A trolling hoax misidentification kind of week. And so why not just keep it going, keep the thing going. Like, let's get it out of our system. Let's wrap it up. Christopher Noel and the damn porcupine. Can we just Porkygate? So let's talk about Porkygate. Let's talk about that. Because I have a little bit of a sort of inside unique perspective on Porkygate. And is that, I interacted with Christopher some, maybe for about a month, something like that. And so I do know him in that capacity, that short time that I interacted with him. But obviously, this is a nothing but classic case of Bigfoot fever. And I'd say a hard case, a heavy case of Bigfoot fever, man. To the point where it's I would say delusional. And that's not name calling. That word exists in our vocabulary for a reason. It has meaning. Delusional is not name calling. It has meaning. And I think it's my personal opinion that it's devolved into delusion. So, Bigfoot fever, delusion, whatever you want to call it, I think that's where we're at with Christopher Noel and his big, reveal of seeing a juvenile Sasquatch. Not that consensus decides reality, but it was a porcupine. It just is. I can tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't a juvenile Sasquatch, that's for sure. If you think that you can walk within 10 feet of a juvenile Sasquatch hanging up in a tree with a camera pointed at it and talking to it for, 5 or 10 minutes, roughly, and it's waving at you, and the parents are around, but they're cool with it, dude, I'm sorry, that's delusional. In a microforest in Vermont, that's nothing but delusional, which sucks. I mean, it's kind of sad. So where do we go with that? I'll say this, because we have been, accused of, there was an accusation. Carrie Arnold accused somebody, I don't know who exactly, nobody I know, but Carrie Arnold came to the defense of Christopher and accused somebody of saying that somebody was saying that Christopher Noel was hoaxing. And no one I know ever said that. Rewind the tape. Check the tape. Matt, hey Matt, get your butt into the freaking the vault where we keep the tapes, check the tape. Like, no one ever said that. In fact, I say we, me, and the people I know went out of our way to say, highly unlikely that Noel is hoaxing. This isn't a hoax situation. We don't think he's hoaxing. We all said that on air more than once. It's not about hoaxing. It's Bigfoot fever. It's everything in the woods is a Bigfoot, including a porcupine. That's what was said. So no one that I know of has said anything about Noel being a hoaxer. And I'll stand by that, like, right now. I'll say that. Like, I don't think he's hoaxing. I don't think he's purposely shooting footage like that, knowing that it's a porcupine and putting a Bigfoot narrative over it. That would be a hoax. I think he truly believes it. Like, I think he's there in his head that everything that happens in those, little micro forests that he hangs out in is a Bigfoot. Everything that happens. I think that's where he's at in his head. Again, I've spent time with Christopher. Like, he's very stubborn in his beliefs, and I'll say that about him, is that it's a belief. It's a very strong, cherished belief that he is just, he knows what these things are, and he knows they're around him, and it's nothing more than a belief. That's what I gauged off of like my short amount of time with him. And that was God, when was that? 2 years ago? Maybe 3? Let's see. I don't know. I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was about 2 years ago. Yeah, but I mean, Carrie's just being a friend. Well, I mean, so you're gonna, I don't understand that. It's okay to be a friend and stand up for a false narrative, like stand up for delusional thinking. Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, if one of my friends was a delusional thinking person, how I would stand up for them is confront them. Say, dude, you got this all wrong, man. You got it all wrong. That's what I would do. For one of my friends, I would never stand up for them and support what I know is delusional thinking. So he's not doing his friend any favors, and I don't know how close they are. They're not that close. Like, not that close. Maybe. I mean, if that's true, Nikki, then that's that's an outright hoax. I hear you there. No, Lockbeard, like, again, man, I have some sort of inside baseball knowledge here. I do, bro. And you're going to have to trust me on this. I could totally see Christopher Noel doing the magical thinking, delusional. Hello there. I mean, I hear it in his voice. Well, hello there. Like, he's talking to this thing. Like, dude, he's put out 3 rebuttal videos already. You know, it ain't a Porky 1, 2, and 3. Like, he's releasing them every like 8 hours. Like, he really thinks that's a freaking Bigfoot. And again, I have some experience. Well, I don't that. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. I'm just gonna open it up. Guys, give me a second here. Wait. Oh, wait. First, I have to do this. What? You guys. All right, I'll keep talking. Those are just my thoughts and opinions. And I guess really the only other thing I have to add to that is, you know, when last night when Carrie sort of came to the, you know, tried to come to the rescue and help Christopher out, dude. Like, number one, like Carrie was ill, and you know, I wish you the best, dude. I hope you don't have COVID. You might want to get a second test just to make sure. But let's all hope that Carrie Arnold does not have COVID. You know, because he said he was sick. He kind of sounded sick, but you know, he had words about critical thinking, and all I have to say to that is, you know, critical thinking is nothing more than a tool and a way of thinking that puts a filter in your head to where you're more susceptible to good information and less susceptible to bad information. So, you know, bad things bounce off your brain and good things get absorbed. I say good things, good information or correct information. And that's it. I mean, that's what critical thinking is. It's like you don't bash on critical thinking. That's like bashing on honesty. Yeah, those honest people, you know, like who says that? You know, who says those honest people or whatever? Critical thinking is an important tool that keeps you from being gullible. And what you see here in both of these examples that I've given tonight is that gullibility runs rampant in the Bigfoot world. Period. And it does. I've said that for years, dude. Go back again, rewind the tape. Matt, go back and get the footage. Come on, Matt. Gullibility runs rampant in the Bigfoot world. Once again, Lamborghini driving down the road at 115 miles an hour. Put a Bigfoot narrative to it, you'll get a response. You'll get a positive response to that. It's that bad. It's that sad. Who else? Who else we got? We got Brent. I don't know if Brent's around. I'd like to bring Brent in, but I'm not sure he's around. We'll see. We'll find out. So yeah. Yeah, man. That's what it is. It's Bigfoot fever. That is a great way to describe it. But I say that at least a part of that, if not most of that, it's almost the same thing as saying delusional. All right, we got Nikki. There she is.
What's up?
What's
How's
up?
it
What's
going?
up? Welcome to Squatch Talk.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Please opine for me, if you will, Miss Nikki.
Listen, everybody is absolutely entitled to their opinion. And there's people who are going to love Christopher till the end. They like the way he does stuff, the way he goes out into the woods or into his backyard, because he's in a very small area surrounded by a lot of neighbors, and he focuses on this little area, and also an area right outside where his mom lives. And that's where everything happens, is right here in this. And I'm not saying that can't happen, but it's the same stuff he had 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and nothing has changed. And when I saw that video, the new video he put out, I'm like, God, this looks really familiar. And I went back on his videos, and there's one almost exactly like that. And I didn't sit there and compare bit for bit. And I don't feel like I should have to, but I think a lot of that is the same video. He just put in some new stuff at the end there, the little baby squatch, porcupine porky on the end.
Yeah.
But a lot of his stuff seemed exactly the same.
Well,
Exactly
you're right.
the same.
I know. I mean, I definitely know that he rehashed some. He brought in some of his older stuff into that that presentation. So that did happen on whatever scale. Like,
but during the process of him asking people for money and donations and help to put a documentary together, you make an assumption that he's making a new documentary or video or something. You're not giving or supporting somebody to put out old stuff from 6 years ago. In my opinion,
Right. Sure.
So, I mean, I liked him. In the beginning, I watched him just like I watched everybody else. But there came a point where, he went towards a different path than what I follow, and I stopped watching him. But I guess it's just not clear to everyone that it really marks how some people see one way when they're given direction.
Yeah.
And another way when you're just looking at a video raw. Because I guarantee you show that video without his name attached, without a Sasquatch attached, and you show that video to the 80% of the rest of the world out there, it's a porcupine. They're going to identify it with something that's known, of course. But I don't even need to lighten it or adjust it or change the colors or nothing. When I look at that video, I see a porcupine. From the very get-go that I saw it. I saw the tail. I saw the quills. I can see the face. 100% I saw the whole thing as a porcupine. Well, but that's fine. He misidentified it. Great. But the next thing that should have happened was him just stepping back and going, well, let me re-look at this. Let me send this to somebody else to review. Let me get some help.
I'm sorry, dude. That's not fine. If you're standing 10 feet away from a porcupine and you're talking to it like it's your little Bigfoot friend, that's pure delusion in your head, man. You're not even interested. You're not even interested in what you're actually looking at. You're pretending at that point.
That's when it gets shaky, right? He knew, he had to have known that was a porcupine. He's claiming he was 10 feet away from it. He didn't look like he was that far away.
He was. I mean, he was roughly that close to it.
There's no way. And then I saw a lot of comments about, well, porcupines just don't disappear. Well, why not? Why can't they drop to the ground and scuttle away? He wasn't chasing it, obviously, because there's no footage of that, right?
Yeah, no,
That we know
he
of.
walked away from it. He walked away from
He
it.
walked away, but he could
Yeah.
have walked back. We don't know the missing footage that's all in there. There could be all kinds of stuff on that
Yeah.
that we don't know about.
I mean, again, like my honest opinion, Nikki, is that this is a great example of delusion and Bigfoot fever. So I'm steering. I'm steering away from any kind of like hoax. Bet like he knew better. Like Thinker Thunker, he's a hoaxer. I'll call him a hoaxer. And if Carrie
You make
wants to
me sick every
come to
time
the
you say that
rescue,
name.
yeah.
I
Take a
just,
thunk-
I mean,
take a
and I
thunker.
can say that because I got into it one-on-one with that man, and
Yeah.
he's nasty. And that was the
Take a
last
thunker.
time I dealt with him ever.
Okay. Well then
So
I'll make fun of him.
and it's like, that's fine. He did his thing, and so you stop following him and you move on, to some better, bigger and better for you. Hello,
I say,
Patrick.
I'm Thinker Thunker. Welcome to the show, Patrick Vaughn.
Oh God, can I back out? Can I back out and put Thinker Thunker under my title?
No.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
I wouldn't label myself.
Stinker. How about Stinker Stunker?
Well, knowing my
I'm
luck,
usually not that nice.
someone that doesn't know, would watch this for the first time and be like, "Oh, that's Thinker Thunker. He sucks."
That's Stinker Thunker. Right? Yeah, you're so right, dude. That could absolutely happen. So
That
don't
would
do
be
it.
hilarious,
Don't do
though.
it. Yeah.
Well, I understand the dynamics and the cost and the heavy burden that things and people like them do that cost the community. And the subject, the larger, at large, the subject at hand. Because hoaxers are the reason we are not taken serious. It is a reason that this target species is not taken serious. Something I've seen out there, and I can't tell someone that I saw something out there and have them believe it because of people doing shit work just like this is.
Yep.
That said, I do pick and choose my battles. I
Yeah.
cannot put
Me
out
too.
all the fires. I can't put out. If it's on the way, then yeah, I'm gonna stomp out a fire. I see this being on the way, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to try to put all the fires out because they're busy. They're busy little beavers. They're setting fires every time you turn around. They're wanting attention. And it is the entertainment sector that you're discussing. You're discussing the entertainment sector of YouTube in this. Okay, the entertainment sector has nothing to do with the phenomenon of Bigfoot itself.
Nothing at all.
The study of Bigfoot itself is in the woods. It's actually doing field research. It's actually having a direction. It's having a scientific based direction with hypothesis, with theories, with experiments to prove or disprove theories, to gain evidence of these beings that I've seen out there. Okay, the online crap of entertainment that you see that is maybe this or is it possible that, or the big Pee-wee adventure videos that are coming out, has nothing to do with the actual study of the target species. So it's disappointing, but then again, I like critical thinking, but I hate being critical. I don't like the drama. I don't like the crap. I just want to get the ball downfield.
Yeah.
And I understand it's tough watching people kick it back at you.
Exactly. That's the point, dude. It's like, how do we get the ball down the field? And you just articulated it. If there's brick walls, like no one takes this phenomena seriously because of this kind of stupid crap. It's so easy to call out. A Bigfoot ripping a pine tree out of the ground, like a full-grown pine tree.
Yeah.
That's all the skeptics or professionals that
Yeah.
ever have to look at and go, this is BS, man. There is no Bigfoot. It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then you yeah, and then you got the people that think you owe them something because you're a researcher. Bring me this, get me that. Get off your ass and get out there in the woods. Go do it your damn self. I'm so burned out on it.
I hear you, man. I mean, that's kind of a different direction, and I do hear you, and that's frustrating too. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's time to take out the trash.
I let it crawl away on its own. I just don't have time to address it. I am busy. I'm working 70, 80 hours a week sometimes. Um, I'm busy designing a camera system, a camera array that will do something that nothing's ever worked in the woods to catch this. Okay, it's not easy. I don't just snap my fingers and something jumps to and it happens. And so,
Yeah,
it's this is a field of study I do in my free time when I'm not slaving away. But yeah,
It's not going to change because there's always going to be people who follow them to a T and will support them and keep them going and feed their ego, and even some that may feed their pocket. It's just depends. But I mean, you can fool me once, but then you can't fool me again. I already went down the Chris Noel hole, 7 years ago.
yeah,
And I let that go. So if it takes this time again for other people to realize what's going on, then that's fine. And
yeah.
then I also saw a lot of comments like, "Go look at all his great stuff," and he's got. It's the same thing,
Well,
same videos from
well.
6 years ago. It's
To
just
what's
they're put out again. It seems like, to
well,
me, that's
yeah.
what it seems like.
To what standard is great compared to? Is it great compared to you sitting in your chair doing nothing and someone actually put a camera out and maybe caught a shadow? That might be great. Okay.
Well,
So to
what's
what standard is it set to?
to
You know, my
claim that it's new
yeah,
and it's not,
my set standard
you
is
know?
my set standard is I want a geographic I want a picture that could go on the National Geographic cover of this thing's face, of its eyelashes, of its hair. I want that kind of quality photo video. If it is not that, then it is nothing. Shadows aren't going to do it. Pareidolia is not going to do it. Something at 300 yards that might be burned through some trees isn't going to do it. It needs to be up front, accounted for, right there in front of you. I mean, almost like a Vogue magazine picture. That's what you have to have. Now that's my standard. If it's anything less than that, and I've caught less than that, I have taken pictures of Sasquatch and it have be a blob squatch and it's crap to me. I can't put it out there. But you just gotta ask yourself what standard are they operating at, and not attack their standard. Just try to understand it and what they're calling it is great.
So, Pat and Nikki, do you Bigfoot?
Oh,
Um,
hardly anymore.
yeah, who cares?
I
Like,
yeah,
do
I've got a
do
few videos up, but I took most of that down for my new channel so that it would have room. But
all right.
I
Do
mean, well, I'm
I'm
not really in
sorry.
an area.
Do I need to go walk around in the woods and look for a Bigfoot and try and get pictures of a Bigfoot to call out obvious bullshit?
No.
Is that the requirement, or is that the causation? Is that the how things get done? Is that, oh, I'm not qualified to call out obvious bullshit until I go walking through the woods looking for a Bigfoot?
I probably
No.
do more Bigfoot walking than a lot of people because I'm walking in British Columbia. I'm walking in Pacific Northwest. I
Private
walk in
message.
with Desert Squatch and where he's at. I'm all over walking with people. and seeing their videos and watching what they're doing and taking note of their tramps out in the wood. So I'm not just seeing. I can walk. I love hiking. I love going out on the trails.
Right. Me too.
That's all everybody's doing.
Sure.
I mean, you've got a lot of people who are actually researching, okay? Because that word I do not use lightly. You've got your Patricks, and you've got people who really take time with camel work, like Central Florida, Matt. You've got individuals who are really doing research, and they're taking notes, and they're calculating and getting data and recording it. Those are researchers. Everybody else is just a searcher for truth, for their own good.
Yeah.
Well,
Because you can collect as much poop and as much hair as you want, and you stick it in your freezer. That doesn't do anybody any good. It's just sitting there degrading.
Send it to Meldrum.
You need to send it immediately. You
Yeah,
can't
the
just
poop.
hold it forever.
Especially the poop. Please send
It's
everybody
gotta
watching.
go. As soon as
Send
you
the
get
poop
it,
to Meldrum.
it's got to go somewhere.
send them
So
to
if you
this
don't
guy
have the
right here. He'll
$1,000 or
send it to
$5,000,
I don't have a public university address.
I could probably figure out your address.
No,
well
challenge
said.
he lives
accepted.
around a lake.
Well
And
said, Nikki. Yeah, he's
he
already
showed
said.
his video. He showed his apartment on a video one time. We can so totally find his address.
I
Well,
bet
yeah,
you guys. Actually, yeah, I bet you guys could. Yeah.
Yeah. We pay attention to detail.
Yes, and that's
Nikki-
important, right?
Nikki-
I asked Jeff Harding one question the other night, and he missed it, but he texted me back some information because he knew I was trying to figure out where his location was, and it didn't
That's
add
what I'm
up.
talking about.
And now I know exactly where he is. I think I know exactly where he is, but now I'm satisfied. It's like it's my own personal little thing, but I found out exactly what he's up to.
You
All
want to
right.
take care of that? You want to take care of that, or me? Or are you just gonna let it ride?
Hold on. I'm gonna bring somebody in.
All right.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. How do we do this? Everybody, please welcome to the show. He knows all the farm animal sounds because he has
Oh wow.
the right tool to figure them out. Mr. Matt from Bigfoot, Central Florida.
Strangeland, I believe Bigfoot exist. They're real.
Well, first of all, Nikki,
Hey,
Hi.
thanks for the shout out. But even at where I'm at, I would not call myself a researcher yet, and I never wanted to be a researcher. But you guys are convincing me that some of the stuff, the note taking and longitude, latitude, and temp and weather and all the circumstances are important. I get it now. And I understand because of things happening like this. I get it. I don't know Christopher, but in my heart of hearts, when I saw that, it wasn't anywhere close to being anything what he thought it was. And my problem with it is that as a video editor and as a photographer, when you're sitting down and you're editing footage and you're going back and forth and you have little things, I don't know what editing software you have, but I use Adobe Premiere, and I have that search video effects magnification tool. It brings in a bubble about this big on the screen. You dial it up and it goes about this big, and then you dial it 100, 200, 300%. If it blows up and it stays sharp, you can make an observation and a comment on it. I would still vet it, which I have learned to do with you guys and other people, friends that I trust, that have knowledge of the environment. What bothers me is that was nowhere near being a baby Bigfoot, in my opinion. And that's what upset me, is because all I know about Christopher Noel is he has a lot of influence and he's been around a long time and he knows a hell of a lot more than me. But when I saw that, I just kind of melted, like, well, what's going on? I mean, that would be like, well, I'm not even going to name names. That would be like someone I really respect just all of a sudden going bonkers for what? A video? And that's what bothers me about this community. And I got to tell you, I showed it to my wife and she goes, and this is a knife in the chest. You know, you're coming off just like them. They're all wackadoodles. You're just like them. And that hurts because I kind of take myself somewhat seriously as a photojournalist, just wanting to go out there and capture good footage. So that's what upset me about it. That's what upset me about the Carl piece with the thermals from above. It's just like, if I can't respect the people that's been doing this for 5, 6, 10 years, and I start seeing stuff like this, I don't know who to turn to. And I'm trying to be Switzerland here. I mean, I have a lot of friends on both sides, but I can tell you and last thing I'll say, a couple things that really just peeve me. I hate the word critical thinking, like I hate the word liberal and conservative. To me, it rubs me the wrong way because of the political polarizing that word has. And I get the true meaning of it, Pat. I get the true meaning of it. It's just a way to think. But your definition of critical thinking is not what it means in the Bigfoot world to me. To me, it's polarizing. It just like, and the other thing I don't like to hear is there's no experts in Bigfoot and Bigfooting. I get that, but there's experts in the field, in the citizen research of Bigfooting. No one can be an expert in Bigfooting because no one knows that they exist. There's, other than the PG film. So I don't like it when I hear people on channel say, well, no one's an expert in Bigfooting. Yeah, but there's experts. There's drone pilots. There's photojournalists. There's trackers. You bring these people together. I've said it all along, how to raise your game. But getting back to the porcupine, it bothers me that it wasn't vetted. It was done by someone with a lot of experience, and to me, it looks like a porcupine. And that's what, and that's kind of what got me. I understand the process of critical thinking, and I understand it. But when people hear it, for some reason, I don't know what it is, they shut down.
I don't care.
And I understand that. I'm just saying they shut down, and it's looked as like in my family, I'm called the liberal Uncle Matt, and it drives me crazy because it's nowhere near being the truth. But just because I maybe swung one way as I go down the mountain, I'm kind of doing this. Just because I was one side on one issue, all of a sudden I'm the liberal of the family, and that's not true. So I think words hurt, and anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Look, Matt. Whoa.
You're Pat. I'm Matt.
Okay, listen, Matt, dude, don't equate this to ideologies. Critical thinking is not an ideology. It's not a it's objective based, so it's not a belief based system. And ideologies are good and bad, right? Like, I think this works. I think this works, and you got two people that have ideologies. I think this is the way to make things work. And we're all full of ideology in all aspects of life, but critical thinking is what it is. It is a way to filter the truth from lies. That's all it is. It's being objective. So it's not a bad word anywhere. Okay, and I'm not going to give like extreme examples, but it's not a bad word anywhere. We all judge, dude. We make judgments every day. And so the better filter you have to judge whatever it is in life, the better the outcome will be. If you have a bad filter, you're going to get bad results.
I get it.
Rubbish in. Yeah,
I get it. But I'm just saying the word a better filter may go down people's palates a little bit better than throwing out critical thinking, because it's just the way I think.
I'm not the dude who's made that a bad word in the Bigfoot world.
Oh, I know.
Others have.
I agree. Exactly. I'm just saying, if we're going to communicate to them, and if I'm going to cross over to a more critical thinking way of doing things, but what happened here? What happened was it became a label, the critical thinkers, instead of a way to think or a way to analyze or a way to view data.
Whatever, dude.
Right?
Thinker Thunker retracted that video, man.
I hear you. Right, and rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Patrick, I know you want to get in.
Well, Matt is 100% correct on just about all of it, as far as being labeled and it being a bad label. But you have to look at who's putting the bad on the label. It's the entertainment industry and sector of this group that wants to sell their crap and get clicks and get paid. You know, those are the ones that are, and then what you're also saying, Matt, is we have to submit and give up what we're doing, so that we don't offend the entertainment sector that is offended by their crap being called crap. Okay, so you're butting heads there. So who's right, who's wrong? You're 100% right on a lot of things, but then I don't feel like I should back up off of discernment of information to vet it out, either inconclusive evidence or an intentional hoax or good information, just because someone else is offended by it.
Right, I agree. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. It's just I think, if someone comes at me in my family and says, well, you're a liberal, Uncle Matt, what I'm trying to explain to you is I shut down and I quit hearing. Yeah. And that's all I'm saying, is that I'm new to this. I'm coming into it as I have friends on all sides, and I don't think I've offended anyone yet, and if I did, I don't mean to. But where I'm at in my research, and someone asked me what my channel is, it's Central Florida Bigfoot, by the way. But where I'm at is that I got into the thing about a year and a half ago, into my journey. I friended everybody, and now I'm unfriending almost everybody. Yeah. Because I can't take this. Not this, Pat. I need more shows like Nikki's and Pat's, and I like shows where, God, anything you say anymore is like polarizing. But I can't watch shows where researchers or people are going out hiking and everything comes back a Bigfoot, or we do a documentary and there's a false narrative, as I learned these words and these language and how they're used in critical thinking. But I try not to use. I like the way you said it, Pat, when you said viewing it with a filter, And I loved it the other night when you said, "Put your thinking cap on," and oh my God, it's like sometimes I watch this stuff and I can't watch anything anymore. Because very few people out of 100 channels is really bringing back anything that's of value. And that's why I'm trying to redo my channel and look at what I've got in a year and say, of all this footage, is there anything worth anybody wanting to look at? And is there anything that could help someone else from making the same mistakes? I have a bunch of that. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to share it. And that's what we need to do to get better.
Yeah. Here's my thing with all that. There are people in the middle that can be persuaded. I'm not trying to convince a million damn people to stop gobbling up BS.
Right.
That's not my place in the world, dude. But if I could persuade people in the middle to go, oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah, never. And that's when the wheels start turning in their heads themselves. Their own wheels are turning, and they're on a path to good thinking. Um,
Yeah.
I hate to bring up it's as simple as the proverb, man. If you give a man a fish, you fed him for that day. If you teach a man to fish, you fed him for life. It's sort of like that.
But that's only if people are really into it to learn.
And some are. They just don't know it yet. They don't
Right.
know it. For whatever
I agree.
reason, dude, they've never been introduced to it. There was a point in my life, Matt, where I was never introduced to critical thinking and the whole philosophy behind it. And when I discovered it, it opened up like 1,000 doors.
Right.
Well, what's so few are addressing here are the viewers, their perceptions, their mindsets, and how they perceive you. Okay, and I'm not just talking about this channel. I'm talking about the entertainment sector. I'm talking,
Right.
the entertainment sector panders to them. Could this, maybe this could be, showing shadows and crap, and then you have us going, well, that's crap. Okay, well,
Right.
how are we concerned with their perceptions of us and how we're communicating with them? Okay, because the other entertainment sector, they're not going to tell them they're peddling crap. Okay, they want the clicks, they want the 10,000 and 20,000 views. Okay, and we aren't overly concerned if someone gets mad at something we say. You know, so where does that leave them, really?
Right. Yeah, it's a tough place. I mean, I didn't think this would be. I came into this um, with the love for the outdoors and hearing something that I was aware of as a kid, and realizing that, oh my gosh, I have skills that I don't see being used, and what can I do to contribute? And kind of jumped into it as a break from the fine art world, which is
Mm-hmm.
just like this.
It's
It
sad.
really is. It's so much like this. Oh, you
Yeah.
do street shows. I'm not going to talk to you. We're in galleries. Oh, you do galleries.
Yeah.
We don't do galleries. We're in museums. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, just shut up. We don't
Oh, I know.
care. What does your work look like? Show me your
Yeah.
work. I
Yeah.
don't need to see your resume. I can look at 10 slides from someone. I don't need to know their galleries, if they're in a museum, if they ever had a solo show. I don't need any of that. Show me 10 slides and I can tell you with pretty good accuracy whether you belong in a gallery and whether you ever had a show in a gallery and whether or not you're even
Yeah.
capable of it. And there's so many elements to that, which you guys have shared with me on this topic of critical thinking, because I was the guy looking for knowledge, looking for, if you're doing this, how do you do it
Yeah.
correctly? And what I found is not too many people care. They don't want to do it correctly. We're making hiking videos and doing knee-jerk analysis, and
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah. Well,
But that's going to be 1 out of 30.
yeah. Well, my online presence is that much of what I do, and I've come real close from closing that out a few times in just the past few months
I can
because
see it.
I'm burned out on all the crap,
Yeah.
all the people that well, I don't believe you. Well, I don't care for you to believe me. I'm not here to make you
Right.
believe me. I'm here to put awareness out that these things are real, that they're out there, and I'm trying to gain evidence, and I have evidence of tracks and hand grabs and handprints in mud, and eye shine on video with 6 of us watching it walk out in the field. I have all that. It's on another
But
YouTube channel and in my albums of tracking and other signs on my Facebook, which is public. But it's not good enough, and it's just talking in circles. Everybody talking in circles. This person asks a question. This person has a half-ass answer, and it just keeps going in
Yeah.
circles instead of picking a direction and saying, okay, let's develop hypothesis, and let's develop experiments and theories to make a straight line into how do we observe these things. Okay, that is the major question. How do we have better observation of them? We have two theories: unmanned experiments and drones. You know, where's that going? I'm
Yeah.
right.
if
And-
we had 10,000 people actually doing this instead of chatting and talking and sitting in their armchairs thinking they know what the hell they're talking about, we would get somewhere.
Right. And we're being accused of the arm. We are being accused of the armchair shit. And I'll address that too. But Patrick, you make a good point. If I wanted to, bro, like you, just between you and me right now here in public, right? Right here in public. This will live forever on YouTube. Like there's enough stuff that you have. I could craft a show around the stuff you have and your stories,
Mhm.
and and put and overlay a narrative, a hardcore narrative, like not just like the reality of what you're saying, but take that a step further to an absolutist Bigfoot narrative. Dude, I mean, it would blow my channel up if I did that.
You're welcome.
Like
You're welcome to use anything I have. I'm
no, I
transparent.
know. I'm just saying. I'm saying like I'm talking about what could be done, and on top of it, do the same technique of putting the smothering narrative over the top of it.
Yeah.
Like I could do that,
Yeah.
but I don't. We don't hardly ever even talk about like the in-depth stuff of your encounter, even your encounters, much
Well, that's
less
because
showing like any pictures you have or anything.
well, that's
So
because our end goal is to get a cover
better,
magazine type photo
yes,
and consistently do it for evidence. It's not about clicks or someone trying to get someone to like us because we make them feel good about their narrative. Okay, it's about the hardcore facts and what we're trying to accomplish.
hey, Souza, you don't have to watch. You could hit the back button on
Bye
your.
bye.
Bye, bitch. I didn't
Seriously.
block her. I'm not blocking. I'm calling it out. You want to talk shit? I'll fucking
She
talk
doesn't
shit
have
right
anything
back,
either.
man.
She's accusing us of exactly what she's doing.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know her either,
Yeah.
but she thinks she knows something.
I think she came over from a familiar channel. I've seen that person in chat from a familiar channel.
Yeah. You
And
can
I mean, at least Strangeland
back
has
out.
come, and he comes in here and he'll spout out every now and then, but sometimes he has some really good ideas, So that's fine. But honestly, if you don't like our stuff, go find somebody you do like. That's the whole point. Is that we
Well,
have our opinion, and this is where we voice that opinion.
There's a
and
whole
where
entertainment sector to go to.
And you're welcome to
Yeah,
voice your opinion right back at
right
us.
here.
Yeah.
But you know what? For this whole porcupine thing, I wasn't a critical thinker. I wasn't even criticizing. I saw a damn porcupine walk up a tree, and that's it. That's it.
Truth.
That was that.
Yeah.
That's all. It didn't take nothing because I looked at the screen and I saw a porcupine. That was that.
well, and you know what I saw? I saw something going up a tree like this, the same width as the tree, and then I saw somewhere where someone said it was 2.5 or 4 feet, and I went, "What?" we're talking 11 inches, dude.
He
It's like
even goes up to the tree and measures, and you can see him next to the tree. It was not that big.
if it went on the backside
Yeah.
of the tree, to me, it looked like you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And so I was going, I thought I had two channels open. I thought I had a video of that and a narrative of something else, and I was closing windows and I couldn't figure it out. But I don't know. It's disheartening, man. It's disheartening for someone, barely 2 years into it to see stuff like this. Start to say crap,
Well,
but I mean, I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
frustrating.
I just compared it side by side of a video of a porcupine going up a tree and a video of this thing going up a tree, and I would say it matched 98%.
Yeah.
And I'm not a debunker. I don't believe in debunking anybody's experience because it's their experience to have. It's how their mind wrapped around it. I don't debunk that. But if you're going to put a video out, you're going to put hard evidence out there, just as I know mine will be, and I put it out there to have that done. It will be put under a microscope and looked at. And like I said, if it is not Vogue magazine quality picture of a Bigfoot, it's not going to matter. It's not going to do a bit of good to put it out there.
Give us time.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be. So what Christopher Noel put out there, dude, was inconclusive at best.
Right.
Because
100%.
because 80% of the people seeing it are going, it looks like a porcupine. So that at least puts it in inconclusive territory. But yet his narrative, and you go look at his channel right now, Impossible Visits, that's not a porky, number one. That's not a porky, number two. That's not a porky, number three. He is like obsessed with trying to
Well,
prove
that's because
it's
it's not just us that are coming at him. There's a lot of people coming at him right now. You guys are just here on our group because you follow us, but there's a lot of different groups right now that are onto him. It isn't just us. That's why he had to put out all that.
I
And
agree.
another thing, at the end of his video, he has a whole list of people he contributes to that he gives thanks to. Okay. He didn't think to show one of those 20 people his video to at least get some thought about what was there.
Yes, he broke the rules. He broke one of the 5 pillars of being an advanced researcher.
But he claims he likes to do filmmaking and all this other stuff too. He has in the past. And I mean, you got to have some edit and show somebody what do you think of this? What do you think of this?
Yeah.
He didn't do that. Please welcome to the show, everybody, Mr. Bigfoot Okanagan himself, Leon Thompson.
Oh no! Where's my fireball?
Ma, Pa, you guys don't look the same as last time we were doing this interview thing.
There he is.
I think it's awesome what's happened. That's what I think. I think it's a marker that we have 2 videos that were online within a week or so of each other, and the community said, no way.
You're right.
That's the important part. It's not the channels having the power. The community's now, the viewer at home is now getting the power. And the standard has been notched up a bit here. So I think it's exciting from what I see. I don't think it's got to do with anything about people trying to be mean or angry, but when you have a whole barrage of different sources and people saying it's a porcupine, how many more? I mean, I only had to say it to you once, Matt. You got pissed off. You got mad at me, but I only had to tell you once, and then you went and investigated and came back with what it was. This is amazing because you've been online for how long, Matt?
Oh, 1.5 years.
Yeah. And how long has Christopher been online? And he didn't do any of that stuff. He didn't do any of that.
I've already done 2 I screwed up videos, so I don't plan to do any more.
And it's harmless, right? Like it's the
No,
best part.
It's harmless, but whoever that was earlier when Pat told him bye-bye, the point is, what's nice about this is that we're talking about it. Nobody's getting mad.
Yes.
I've been called out by Leon, just like we're calling, wait a minute, that's a porcupine. Everybody just needs to pull up their pants and make their videos and just think before you put it out there. Now, someone said, "Oh, do what Matt did, vet it with friends." Well, yeah, I did, but I don't think I'll vet it live anymore. I might do it in a private chat the next time.
That could get complicated for sure.
It's about value. Do you value your work? Okay, if you value your work, you're going to do good work.
Exactly.
Okay, if you have it vetted or you put it out there and people are trying to sort through it, and put it under a microscope, and when they tell you something, you really should value, what it is rather than continue on, because you may be wrong. You could absolutely be wrong. I could be wrong. I've been wrong a bunch of times. I have failed a bunch of times, but I value the failures and being wrong because I learn from it.
Yeah, that's the only way you do learn. That's what's so kind of bizarre, you guys. Think about it. Every one of us learned when we screwed up. And not only that, we would tell that to people. And these other guys, they're not... What's the difference between 2 individuals that one would learn and share that they made mistakes to people, and compared to somebody who doesn't do that? What kind of personality might that be in that other person? I mean, it's the obvious thing to do, I would think, if you're trying to be, solid. But I don't think these guys are trying to be solid. I mean, there's so much I could go down on this whole thing. It's just like I'm so glad it's happened. I think good. Smack all of our bums. Everybody out there watching us right now. Sometimes let's all be open to the idea to get our own bum smacked online here, because I'm pretty sure all 5 of us would fess up. And that's it. I mean, because that's the soil we're hunting for. So this whole idea about it's kind of a historical time for us in the Bigfoot community, because it's that wave crest has now gone over, and now the ocean, the people viewing, have the power now. Before they were spoon-fed, drinking the Kool-Aid. A couple of them went, wait a second, there's something off with this Kool-Aid a bit. Oh, no, it's fine. We've been drinking it all the time. Yeah, I know, but every time I drink it, it tastes off a little bit. And you're moving a big community or system. It takes time. It's like a huge ship. You just can't, angle it. But it's really great to see the viewers at home thinking and not just sitting back, even though usually in the past you would just get bombarded as you try to be a troll in that. It's like you said, Patrick, you're actually here, and the reason why you're saying these things to the person because you really appreciate the person. But sometimes it doesn't feel that way from the person because they feel like you're criticizing them, and that's not what you're doing. You're actually believing in them. But no one likes to look like a fool, and I certainly don't, but I have. And a moron and an idiot and wrong, and that's a human being. So I'm glad this is happening. I'm sorry these other people have a problem with, like, as far as the people putting in the videos on. Sorry, Patrick.
That's all right.
Well, where else does it happen, though? It doesn't happen anywhere else but a few channels, on Nikki's, on Pat's. I mean, I'm not going to do a conversation like this necessarily on my channel, because I'm more about my personal growth and helping others grow. This isn't something I would want to do. But this is what Nikki and Pat do well, and you can talk about it. But where else can you do that? What, Patrick?
I was just wondering. I was just wondering what the flip side of that coin was, of us not being concerned with personal growth or helping people.
Yeah, because we're all that. I think that's what's one of the bond is. That's
in my growth to be a woodsman, in my growth to surviving out there, and my growth is surviving. If I break my own leg, can I fix it and get myself out? If I flip my kayak, can I get back to safety?
Yeah.
Do I have the tools to communicate to my wife and tell her where I am? There's a lot of shit I have to learn.
Yeah.
And I take it very seriously. I'm not out there just, trying to make a film and put it out and run with it. And once it's over, I don't care if anyone swallows it, drinks the Kool-Aid or not. I'm going to go on to my next film.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
That's not what I'm trying to do. And it took me a while to realize it. And I think Britt and I is in probably about the same place. I haven't really met him or spent much time with him yet, but I would like to have him on my show to just talk about some of the stuff, because I think we're trying to do similar things.
No, you can't. You can't have Brent.
Oh,
you got to go through me to get to Brent. Okay.
I was just talking to Brent just a little while ago.
Lee. Okay, so I'll
Well, I was
ignore.
talking to him
I'll
before
ignore
you.
that violation of the rules. Yes.
I didn't write any contract.
Oh,
I didn't sign any
God.
forms.
That's
Yes,
a bro
we-
violation.
Yeah.
Us critical thinkers. Us critical thinkers, we do have levity sometimes, guys.
I just like to know when we get our spankings. That's really why I'm here. I almost made Matt spit his drink out.
Well, where do I bend over? Where do I go to bend over?
It's like, who gets spanked, Patrick
Yeah.
or you?
That was a
God.
joke, complete joke.
I completely lost my
God.
train of thought.
I did that just to watch Matt choke.
God damn it. I had a clue for all this.
I did
He's
too.
still choking.
I had a
Barrel
point. I
alive.
forgot it.
Well, it must have not been that important.
Carry on without me.
That's Steve Martin. Let's Get Small, 1970.
Come on, Leon. What you got? But I
Well, I
know
just
you're full
wanna-
of it.
I just want to affirm what Matt's talking about. Matt, the problem is not even couple of years ago, we didn't have the capacity to have 5 people that would talk this way together. They weren't online.
Yeah.
They were
didn't.
so isolated, their own independent kind of islands and their ideas or whatever. The Lone Ranger kind of thing. And that's what we're looking for. I mean, you have skills with photography and stuff, which I'm sure a person by the name of, I shouldn't mention his name, but let's say Porcupine Chris. How about that? We call it that. And Porcupine Chris should have had your camera ability, because that would have cleared that up just like that. And that's why the way you're saying it, you take it very seriously. That's what's missing. We don't take it seriously with the right view of how that would look a lot of times. We do, but it's taken us a long time to get here, kind of thing. Whereas a lot of other people, they even what I just said there, they think from the inside out, they're perceiving what I'm talking about, but not at the level photography, or any of the gadgets or whatever, especially the areas we work in individually. There's no way they're going to know it, because they don't have a decades of back emotional history in their brains to see it the way you do. It's like when you look at a track. Oh, there's a track. Okay, what kind of track? Second level. How's the energy in the track distributed? Is it a male? Is it a female? Is the female pregnant? Is the male having antlers now? I mean, those are very systematic, and this is the problem. Like, this is totally the problem. No one's vetting anything, which also means if you're not vetting anything, you don't care about really looking at things. Right. Which is the best thing to do. That's the neat stuff, is when you really look at things and you see, that totally surprised me. It doesn't have to be Sasquatch, but you're learning stuff all the time. And that's what you're talking about in all those different areas.
We're vetting things tonight, which is a part of the process. If you're gonna take what you think you have and run straight to your YouTube channel with it, get ready for some freaking vetting, Christopher. Like,
release the hounds.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get vetted, dude. Like, maybe you should have come to us in private, or somebody like us, or your friends, or somebody.
That would never happen.
Vet this before you go. I mean, obviously, dude. I mean, he just made up his mind. He was having a conversation with the juvenile Sasquatch.
But
and,
6 years ago, we weren't in this spot.
That's right.
We didn't call people out like this, or
Yep.
bring up the subject, or hash over what we just saw. We didn't. We just went and we clicked the thumbs up or a thumbs down and went on to the next thing.
Right.
Now, many of us aren't as, I don't know if the right word is, afraid to talk about it and the
Ooh.
consequences that come with that, because there is. Whether you want to think to yourself that that consequence is on you, it it comes in the form of a thumbs down, negative comments on your chat, people and other things talking about it. Still is a negative thing. It can
I
work
don't
both
care.
ways. It's still, if they're watching you here, it's still helping your channel.
Well,
You
I
know,
think
I don't
good
care.
or bad.
There's
But
no
at least we're not
consequence.
afraid anymore to bring
Yeah.
up the subject
There's
and to
there's
say.
no bad consequence to calling out BS. I mean,
well, I
Well,
think
only if you let, those people get into your psyche.
I don't.
well, there are some people who are disingenuous. But I believe they're the majority of people that are searching. They're actually looking for answers. That are some of them in our chat now are good people, And so I try to be objective. I really do try to be objective. I get burned out. I get sick of crap. I can vent. Tonight I vented a little, but or a lot. But
goodness.
but to be objective for those people are extremely important to me, and I have that in private chat a lot with a couple of people that I talk to. We have to be objective because they're good people that are actually on the fence of entertainment and the stuff that gets pumped out there, and the critical, the discernment sites that are actually trying to be helpful and put good information out. And so, I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to bias them against good information. So, and that's why I was talking about, well, how do they view us? What is their perceptions of us and the entertainment? And, because they get, there are sites that use them up for all they can, and we don't. But then again, how sensitive are we to how they think or feel? So, that said, I just would like to see some more objectivity.
Well, it's coming. I didn't find 5 channels last year at this time to sit here and talk like this to. I'm sorry, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Last year was the first time where you could actually get together with 5 people that were like-minded or had a same kind of thinking or different ways of thinking, but the same target style of thinking. Mm-hmm. And that's new. The problem is when you're in a system, you can't really see the changes that have happened. If you can stay objective outside of the systems, you can really see whether or not you're affecting the environment or not. So, and Nikki, it's great that you did come back out here.
Yeah, really.
And honestly, that show you did with the ladies was just put the men to shame, I thought.
Thank you.
Sorry, boys out there viewing this. But I'm serious. It was civil. You guys all talked. You had different viewpoints and stuff like that. But it was pretty damn good, I thought. I actually watched it, like wanting to watch it as I was cooking. I could have froze it, but I didn't. So that's what we're looking for. It's a whole different atmosphere, and that's what draws people over to what we're trying to do. Is because we provide a different style of atmosphere.
And I know exactly what you mean, because I've been wanting. I do that too now with Jerry's channel. I put it on my ears, and I'm in there working and listening to Jerry sing and whatever, and on his Western big what is it?
Oh yeah.
Western, is it Bigfoot or Sasquatch?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
West Coast Sasquatch. You're talking like
West Coast, yeah,
Jerry.
West Coast Sasquatch, yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Because he's just got such a great channel. It's really great.
Well,
People,
Matt,
you need
Matt,
to
I
go
see
out
the
there and
bubbles
see
over
that.
your head.
Mr. Taylor.
No, I'm just honestly, I'm thinking that, believe it or not, there are some people out there just simply making entertainment, and maybe they never thought that their work would even be looked at as serious. You know what I mean? I mean, you
Yep.
can't just be a filmmaker you can just be, it's no different than, making a Halloween horror film or, a Blair Witch Project. Maybe, maybe there's more of us than we think, just simply out to make the film.
There is.
That's why there has to be some. So there's beacons. So they go, hey, these guys are like minded, and after a while, it just start clicking like magnets. It'll start getting an exponent. What's the word I'm looking for?
Exponential.
Yes, thank you.
Well,
Growth to it.
And maybe, and I think where the bubbles was coming out is maybe they're not really wanting their work vetted, and maybe they're not really wanting critical thinking comments to it. But in my mind was thinking again how to set up your channel to be viewed like you want it to be viewed.
Yes.
So should you be, if you're into entertainment and drama and storytelling, then maybe you just move over in the entertainment, and there is a toggle for that. You can select entertainment, and then there's an education.
Yep.
So maybe we start telling people, if you go, and I don't tell you the truth, I don't even know what I'm selected as, and I'm gonna go back and look, because that's Patrick, great, you caught me. Where my mind was going is maybe you're fair game if you're in the education channel / research, and maybe if you're into entertainment and filmmaking, you would just leave people alone. And maybe it's as simple as that. I don't know, but I'm here to learn, and our only channels I learn are channels like Pat, where you can sit here with people that are willing to tell you, hey, what I just saw over there, is this real? What's going on? Because all we do is see the thing, and then we see the credits roll. I want to know, is that legitimate? Is that really a way to do it? Should I be beating on trees? Should I be making calls? Am I going to get myself killed running around in a ghillie suit? Are you going to get your ass? Are you going to get your ass snake bit and you're by yourself? In a canoe, like kayak, like an idiot. So I don't know. My mindset's obviously the 1% totally different out there that is literally trying to push a major medicine ball up a big hill that's probably too big for me to push up, because I don't have the other skills to go along with the camera skills I have to be in the woods and really protect myself. So that's where my mind's at.
Yeah, that's good though.
And also to have a critical thinker, someone who really challenges me. I think every team should have, if they want, if the outside world that hates this channel and Nikki's channel and my channel think, well, they're just a bunch of a-holes. Well, maybe every research group needs an a-hole on their team. Someone to do that as a friend. Like for my team would be my wife.
No, I think that's a brilliant idea to have.
I'm serious.
Have a skeptic, somebody who doesn't believe in Sasquatch but loves being in the bush.
Exactly.
So when you're looking at it, you're going to have to explain to the skeptic why that to you is a Sasquatch from the inside out. So
loves being in the bush. Loves being in the bush. Let's talk about that.
Okay, this is bullshit. Thinker Thunker never said it was a Sasquatch. Yes, he did. He asked his viewers, what is this? No, he didn't. He said, look at this humanoid form.
Yeah, he said
that's
humanoid.
Not asking your viewers what it is.
That's priming the brain.
Yeah, man. He put a Bigfoot narrative, clearly put a Bigfoot narrative over a feller buncher moving, shaking a pine tree and then cutting it and removing it. He did that. Thinker Thunker put that narrative purposely over. So don't tell me he never said it was a Sasquatch. That's everything he said. Everything. So Kevin, you're wrong. And you're welcome. Thanks for being here, Kevin.
Well,
you're muted,
I guess
Leon. You're muted.
You're going to have to. You have to look for value. What value do you want to put out? If I had a if I was in Matt's position, what value do I want to put out there? What level? And should I even worry about someone not valuing it, even if they're close to me, or if they're not? I guess that's when we talk about creating and organizing a channel.
Somebody have a TV on in the
Leon?
background?
Somebody does.
Not me.
Like, all right, Kevin. Like, dude, if you wanna get into this discussion, I did watch the video, and I just fucking told you the narrative that was placed over it. You go watch the video again, bud.
You're probably
go
arguing
watch
with you're probably arguing with a personality flaw.
Wait,
Yeah.
just wait. Don't jump the gun on that, boys. It's not fair to Kevin. Another thing, Kevin, what you could do is go look up Bigfoot Tony's videos that he did on some of the videos that Thinker Thunker did. And you'll see stuff there that will make you be disgusted, actually. Especially the one where he's cut out an old man out of the video walking with a cane and is claiming it's Sasquatch going through the bush. But when you get the full video, you can see exactly what it is, which is an old man. He never pulled any of those down. It's like the same thing with Matt Moneymaker. They're not the best Sasquatch trackways of 2020.
Yeah. Yes.
Why is it still on BFRO? You totally know it's not valid.
Yeah, and also,
And so it's be cautious, you guys, when Kevin has a right to ask those questions.
what questions is he asking? He's not asking questions. He's
he's
making
making
statements.
us feel like we have to answer something to him. So there's obviously some impression that we need to
This is the
respond
third
to
time I've brought him up, so I'm being fair.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm just
Yeah.
saying be cautious. That's it. I'm not saying you're not being cautious. I'm just saying be cautious.
Kevin, he makes this statement. You can't stand it when you're called out. What am I being called out on? Please.
Yeah, Pat can take being called out on because a whole group of us called him out and he didn't like it, but he bared under it and changed.
Yeah,
So
I can handle your call outs, Kevin.
Yeah, it doesn't feel fun, but he bared under it and did the right thing. So
Yeah.
So that's not bad. I mean, this is the thing is I could tell there's a tone shift now by the way he's responding and by some of the tone we're responding with. So we should move on to another topic. I don't think Kevin has to do his research and you vet everybody, including all of us. You don't trust anyone's narrative, no matter who it is. You've been no need to any channel. You check all of the people out. Be objective when you do it. That's what what we're talking about is we got sucked in. All of us got sucked in that. We're letting you know what's out there so you can do with that what you want.
I didn't get sucked into nothing.
Oh, please. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. You did get sucked in.
Oh, God. I've lost my train of thought again.
I'm not going to share that information on here while we're live. But, yeah, everyone's got to just, like we were all talking about earlier, is if you're out looking, do what Matt's suggesting 100% is be serious about what you're doing, but don't let it take the fun necessarily away from it either. The joy of learning is actually the fun part. That's neat. I learned this. I did flip over and I did get back up, especially the ones that are going to be tough crisis ones. So, I mean, that's how you grow up, really. And that's what we need to do in the online scene is if we're going to be doing Sasquatch stuff, we have to grow up and not pretend that we think we're growing up because there's a lot of people acting as like they're growing up, but they're not actually growing up. And what
are you?
Go ahead.
Joe, you think you're dealing with fools here? Is that what you think? Is that what you think we are?
Mm-hmm.
You think we're fools, huh? How about you jump in here and talk to us? See,
come on, Joe.
See how foolish we are, Joe. Come on in. Come.
That doesn't sound too intimidating.
and see how well you could defend your position that we are fools.
We didn't hold a gun to Christopher Noel and say, post this so that the whole world can see it and so that it's out there on the internet for the rest forever. Once you post anything, it is fair game. It is public.
Absolutely.
It is there and you can criticize it and you can give your own opinion on it. And that's that. That's
that. He got him a bear gun.
You know,
Yeah, man.
Unless you label your video
if
as
you
such.
think it's a
Yeah.
baby Sasquatch, Joe, more power to you. Okay, more power to you.
Yeah, you're welcome to come on here, Joe, and defend Christopher Noel all you want, and call us fools on air live. Call me a fool. See what happens.
Okay.
All right,
Oh.
Leon's like Pat. Dial it back.
I just want to be happy. I want to do happy talk.
All right,
I need a shot of Fireball.
all right, okay.
Tequila. I like tequila. I haven't had it in a while. He doesn't like me at all. Tequila hates me.
Oh, that was me and my dad's drink.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll wake up naked in the back of a truck somewhere. I just
Oh,
Nikki?
that's cute. That's cute.
Nikki?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
Let's do
fireball.
it.
Let's do it.
There you go.
I promise you, there's
I'm just
fireball.
taking a little one. I'm not taking the whole thing.
I'm doing a whole shot.
Yummy.
All right, who's next? I'm sorry, I'm going to dial it back, Leon. You're right.
Dial it back.
Dial it. And Matt agrees.
Hey,
Matt's
it's
like,
Friday.
I'm really uncomfortable.
It's Friday, and I had a
right
really
now.
shitty week.
That's why I want things fluffy.
I just wish Kevin Parker Parker would go kill one. He keeps talking about killing one. Go kill one.
Over and over,
that easy.
Kevin. We heard you the first time you put that out there.
Yeah.
Yes, a body.
and
We
unless-
all know
unless there's a
that
s-
is the gonna having a specimen type is
Yeah,
the
that,
key.
that
We
would be
all
ideal.
know that.
Now, if there's a specific amount of times that you need to say that, let us know. We'll sit here. You can say it 300 times, and then we'll move on to something else that's more interesting. So,
Yeah, see, we pay
we don't have to
attention.
go find his talking cat to get a hug.
Yep.
I can't take it anymore. So what are you talking about? It was awfully
Des-
quiet. I could say that.
Yeah, dead or alive. So how the hell do you drag one in alive? It would have to be like a little baby.
Oh yeah, shoot one with a tranquilizing gun.
I would love to have put a team together to do that. Only thing
Wouldn't that
stopping
be
me is
neat?
money and
Wouldn't that be
physics.
something? Then put a tracker on and let them go. That would be
Hey,
neat.
I would totally have a team of big animal vets to check his heart rate, make sure he's sedated, shave him, take all the samples we need, video everything, and if I could get a portable EMI machine,
Fair enough,
run him through it, and then turn him loose.
Kevin
So-
admits he never said it was easy. So fair enough.
It's not easy. That's the point we're trying to make.
Yeah.
We've all been where everyone else has been, looked foolish and thought things that we found out later were incorrect. And like you said, Matt, that just cut me, that gutted me in a way when you found out about that video. And I know that because when I used to watch Thinker Thunker all the time, I love the narration of his voice. So there's a
Yes.
good, what you get hooked
Thinker
in.
Thunker. Here.
And as you go in, hey Joe, when you get listening to him, you can't help because it's kind of like a folksy story about Sasquatches, and it turned out to be over this way kind of thing, and so it's got that kind of taste to it, or sensory taste to it. And then I started watching things that didn't make sense to me, and then of course other people started analyzing some of his claims, and then some of the original videos showed up that he had said were these things. Then I went and did the research up at the Hoover Lake, up in Mission there with the Bigfoot who drops down, and no human walks that way. This is where he was doing the 45s or whatever measurements and stuff. And it's a guy, it was never a Sasquatch ever. And I reached out to him and said, "Is there anything you need from me? Because I'm heading up there. You want angle shots, comparison shots, and stuff." And then, and then I contacted Bigfoot Tony Jason and asked him what he needed, and he came back with what he needed. I got nothing back from Thinker Thunker, so I'm not sure. I just thought, nah, sorry, buddy. And then that video that, and this is what's so disappointing is you really think that after a while, there's nothing out here. Like really, there's nothing out here on these videos that people are watching online. And that it can be pretty dismaying for you. But then you have to get to that point so you realize, okay, this has got nothing to do with what we should be doing. And I understand why from my side now. And then you flip over and then you start doing this kind of idea where you get together with the right people and they cheer each other on in a way, and and you put up with stuff, people are going to say things to you and stuff that's going to frustrate you sometimes. And sometimes you're going to be tired and want to just smoke the person on the side of the head. Not that you would, but
I don't know. I'm pretty exhausted.
If I may opine, Leon.
Oh, for sure, opine away. Yes.
And I don't know. I mean, let me bounce off of you, real quick about this. Is that, and I said this on Tuesday, and I'll repeat it now. Is that it's my opinion. It's my opinion that Thinker Thunker is he's going off. He's chasing the dragon, right? Of what was the Yellowstone Bigfoot video, which is his most popular video, has 3 million views. Okay, and that he's chasing that, and so like he's just like any good addict. If you chase the dragon, you're gonna fall into a ditch eventually, and that's what he's doing. He's trying, like he desperately wants to replicate the Yellowstone Bigfoot video and get like 6 million views or whatever, and that's just kind of my way of looking at it. And so I don't know. What do you think about that? Possible?
I think it's definitely that's it could be definitely part of the formula for why he's doing what he's doing.
Motivation.
Sure. Yeah. So I mean, think of it. Yeah, think of having 6 million views on a video, on one of your videos. Try to fathom, you guys, what that would be like. Just close your eyes and imagine, holy smokes, I got 6 million. What would it feel like? We have no reference point for that.
He won't care anymore. He just needs content.
Yeah.
He needs to keep feeding that content so that he gets that check. I mean,
well, yeah, for
it's
sure.
already come to that. Once you get monetized, the bug bites you, and then.
And he could have easily, in my mind, just said, "This is an entertainment channel. You see it all the time. You see it on psychic shows, and this is just for entertainment purposes only.
Right?
So what's the big deal? Just do what you're doing, but make sure you're saying it's entertainment.
Exactly.
Mine is pure entertainment.
And now we might view that, but I don't think. The aliens returned them.
It's Brent.
It's Brent from another dimension.
Boy, they came in from a portal. Caught the last portal, so luckily I got in time. Huh?
That was a quick date.
Sorry,
I'll be right with you, honey.
Yeah.
What's up, Brent?
Yeah, not much. I thought I'd come on, say hi, and what you guys talk about.
How much of the show were you able to keep up with? Because we talked a lot of shit about you, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go back on that part. No, I didn't really catch any of it. I didn't catch most any of it. I'm gonna have to go through it all, and all you are in big trouble.
I have nothing to say. I joined late.
Well, I mean,
no way we can rehash everything
Leon
that just happened.
Leon was leading the charge against you.
Ooh. Yeah, I wanted to tell you, I was a little pissed off that how dare you point out something so relevantly obvious.
I know.
I'm getting tired of people really starting to show people online what things actually are. It's really disappointing. I'm telling you. Right
I know. It's one of those things where it's just, some people just don't like it. But it was an interesting experience.
It's been an interesting week, Brent.
Yeah, it has. It's been a fun week.
And so, I mean, what do you think of the porcupine that got eaten by the fellow?
Get a troll.
Troll hunter.
I'm trying.
Well, that's weird getting all these trolls on. Like you never
brought
get told.
'em?
What?
Yeah,
what
probably
Troll?
it was me.
What troll? What are you talking about?
Read the chat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm trying,
Oh,
but
black
it's
user.
going like
Gotcha.
crazy.
What they say?
Thanks. Thanks for the heads up. Appreciate it, guys. I was not looking at chat. I was looking at Brent's face. But
It's
Um,
so
Well,
glowing.
yeah, I was in the back room there for a little while, but
You have a green light on, or a blue light, or an ultraviolet light on?
yeah, it's it's the only light I got right now.
Put your hand
Like
in front of your. Put
It's
your
like
hand in
it's
front of
like
the
a
camera.
green.
I feel like I need a 30
There you
magenta,
go. Oh,
a 30 magenta filter.
Live long and prosper.
yes, totally. You need those white hair and those little horns with little tubes on the trumpet ends on.
I just wish I had a porcupine stuffed animal.
what? Yeah.
I would just have that creeping in the background,
That's hilarious.
just popping up.
He'd come pop over your shoulder and take a look around. Oh man.
Well, yeah. But like for real, Brent. Like, all joking aside, your opinions on the developments of both those fronts this week. Because you were on Sean's show last night, I believe, right? And
I think so.
and yeah, and you man, you guys knocked it out of the park. It was great. I loved it.
I was all Sean. I was his co-wingman.
He's getting
Yeah,
better.
and Sean is he is a good dude for vetting stuff.
Oh yeah, he's better than I am. I mean, he was like telling me stuff. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Where
Right.
like yeah, so he's showing me a lot. So he's a good person to have on the team and be a part of the conversation and discussions and help give his opinion out there, because like you guys are talking about, man, we didn't have this not too long ago. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing that things are transpiring towards that way. So it's always positive. It's a good group of people. And the whole thing with the porcupine, it's just really kind of unfortunate. It's just it's just weird he didn't take the proper steps you think you'd take if you were a serious researcher. Take it to the friends, like we talked about. Take it to friends, people you know. It's like, I wonder who he showed prior to putting it on there. Like, was it somebody that,
I think almost no one. Almost no one.
or people who just wanted to, agree with him.
Like rah.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say. It's hard to talk negative and talk critical when they're your friend and stuff. So it's a little tougher. It makes it more complicated, the whole dynamics in it.
I understand that. Who's
I
next?
get here and everybody's all quiet.
Yeah.
No,
hanging
I'm
on
now
every
watching the
word,
chat like
Blue.
crazy.
Yeah, what was the troll chat say?
Oh,
It
it
was
was
horrible.
it wasn't
You
a
don't wanna
troll.
say it.
It was more
It
of
was
a
bad.
hack. Like
Bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
more of
Oh.
a hack.
I think
less of a
everybody's
troll.
tired. I think everybody's tired after the all week.
I'm
You're
wide
tired.
awake.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Like I'm wide awake.
It's
Squatch
8:11.
Bait. I'm about to turn the show over to Squatch Bait. It's gonna be
I'm
awesome.
I'm 2 hours ahead of that.
Oh yeah.
And I get up at 3:50 in the morning.
Even tomorrow?
No, I'm off tomorrow. I have
He's
2 whole
off
days
tomorrow.
off.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I'm in the middle of restoring a vintage weapon, so I'm gonna try to get some of that done and some
Cool.
chores. But
Got the
I'm
ball
hoping-
and chain.
no, it's a 1937 squirrel rifle, a 22 caliber rifle, and I've got it restored. I just got to get it back together, and I got to drill and tap the receiver because I'm putting a modern scope on it because my eyes are getting bad because I'm getting old
Uh-oh.
and decrepit. So
Get implants like I did. 2015 vision.
I got them at 39, but I still, the problem is there's no focal point, and so you can't see if you see I can see my front sight, but not my back. Back's all blurry. I can see the front sight and the target, the back sight, no idea. So
I can
have
see
to
6
go-
feet away and farther.
Well, I got.
I just can't see this. That's why I'm wearing these.
Yeah, I upgraded. I can see 100 yards and that at 100 yards, but I got to wear readers.
Right.
Because I read blueprints all the time. But I can't see iron sights anymore.
Right.
I'm blind as a bat.
Ooh, that's why
But
your hearing's so good.
because of that, my hearing and my nose are very good. I mean, really good.
Just stir the pot or
I
not.
can smell a skunk 5 miles away, I bet you.
You guys are quiet tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, like is it when I showed up, man? What's up?
I'm vented.
Sing us
So
a song or something. Hey, Brent, what was that video that Bigfoot Tony did? I can't remember the name of it, where he shows at the very end, it's an old guy walking, and he's debunking Thinker Thunker's video.
Oh,
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to go back like 2 years, I think. You're gonna have to go back in his video log.
It's definitely in 2020 for sure.
Is that the one down the dirt road and he crosses off to the right or something, or he comes down the middle of the road and he has a cane in his hand?
That's the
one. I think it's one of the very first videos I saw, and I was going, "Wow!"
Oh yeah, that's it right there. You got it. It's TT. It's a person, and that's the Kevin. That's the one you're looking for. I think you look down to about what it's in the 1 year zone, and there's a picture of Jason or Bigfoot 20 to the left of it, and then just look to the right, so you'll see it there. Oh, I'll have to watch that again because I haven't watched it for so long.
Yeah, I talked to him the other day and trying to get him to make a comeback. He says maybe.
Dude, yes, please put me in touch with him. I know you've already tried, Brent.
Yeah.
Be more aggressive.
With who?
Bigfoot Tony.
Yeah,
Jason.
Bigfoot Tony.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get a Bigfoot Tony sighting. It's like I'm kind of wondering and almost waiting for him to do one on the juvenile Bigfoot in the tree.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah,
porcupine one, or is this a different one?
No. That's not tail, man. That's
It's Porky Gate.
Porky Gate, yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
Just wait for Matt Moneymaker to make the claim best Bigfoot footage of 2021. Someone send it to him. Dude, just send it to him. Be like, dude, what do you think, man? What do you think?
I should send it to him in the Christmas card. Have a picture of a porcupine up at the tree. Let's have that there, and he'll totally know what.
Which is funny, dude, because Matt Moneymaker, I guess it was like a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, when Christopher Noel put out the trailer for this, YouTube documentary that he just did. Matt Moneymaker posted it on the BFRO Facebook group. Like it was promising, and I know I shared it with all you guys. Just going, hey, I don't know what this is, but it's something.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Right, yeah.
Year's not over, guys. Come on, it's not over. We're going to get it.
I am.
Bigfoot video 2021. God, I can't wait.
I'm rooting for Christopher Noel. I am. I'm rooting for that dude, man. But so far, nothing. Anyway.
Doesn't this create an obligation for Leon to go and investigate? If Matt Moneymaker posted it?
No, it doesn't. You want to know
Together?
why? Let me help you understand geography. I'm in Canada. You guys are in the States.
The borders are open
territory.
Now. Yeah, you're the closest, Patrick, man. I'm in Washington, man.
Yeah, totally.
It's all you.
I don't even know where
it's all you, buddy.
I don't even know where this lives.
This is what good researching is all about. You have to track down the people, the location, then you have to drive 3.5 hours to a storm, hopefully in the wintertime, to make sure that you're investigating something that's totally a porcupine Sasquatch trackway, and then drive back another 3.5 hours and get home at 3 something in the morning.
I'm gonna tell you what. Someone would take a beating if I drove 4 hours one way and.
Oh, what's happening? There's all sorts of mixing up going on.
Oh, shit.
What in the world?
What was it? Did you guys
That's
feel
All
that?
right,
That
all right,
happened.
guys. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Musical chair.
It's the Men in Black.
I knew it.
How do we know it's not you,
I
green
knew it.
hand, green skin?
Well, you guys were
Wow.
talking.
All right, I reset it. I booted the Men in Black out.
That's good, man, because they're getting thick.
Well, the problem is we still got the alien. I love that. I love that. I love that light. You've got to use that all the time.
Yeah, no, it's pretty close. Good on the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read Steve's thing on chat there?
Yeah.
The face sucker.
This.
Yeah.
About Peter Kane,
Face.
which is like, so again, like, let me remind you people, you haters, like, Thinker Thunker did a serious video. Matt, go check the tape. Go get in the tape room, the vault, and get it. Bring it out, bust it out.
Matt or Tim?
Matt.
Me? Why me?
Yeah,
Well,
why
I
Matt?
don't know. You're my go get the retrieve the video guy. I've designated you as that. But no, yeah, for real. Like Thinker Thunker did a serious video on Peter Kane's frozen Bigfoot head, and he never tried to
Yes.
debunk it.
Yeah.
It was a serious fucking video trying to say this might be real. And it's like, what, dude? Huh? So, I mean, I've been dealing with this Thinker Thunker thing forever.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still relevant. Honestly, I unsubscribed to him, so I honestly didn't even know about the Feller Buncher video. I'm like, he's just such a source of like bad information that it's like, it's like NVTV. It's like you just know it's dirty. There's some shenanigans attached to it.
Yeah.
And with Thinker Thunker, it's totally for monetary purposes. He's exploiting the same people that are protecting them.
Clicks.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, Brent, I'm telling you, he's chasing the dragon's tail, man. Like, he'll never get that hit ever again.
So, perhaps we should look into the different types of pitfalls and mindsets that clicks and all this can get you into, and how to guard against it.
Wow, that's heavy.
I think that
That's a Leon video.
Yeah.
I think that the bottom line is there's nothing you can do is you put your narrative out with the correct bait, and you'll get the right people to start following you, and that's what you want. We're outgunned right now. We're still at the beginning of the process, but
Yeah.
it's growing, and it's going to take a bit of time. Like I think I said, like 5 years. That was like last year he said that. So it takes time, but the thing is we're doing it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be here another 50 years, which I won't be, obviously. But there's no reason we shouldn't be able to get them on film. We got to think differently, though, and you got to be serious about it, but
A
not
lot differently.
Yeah, and work together instead of all these single lone rangers out there. It's not going to work for you. And put your ego to the side. Admit when you're wrong. Teach us why you're wrong and why you made the mistake, so it helps us not to make the same mistake. And we do the same to others. And I think that's rapidly changes the possibility to get them on film. So, especially with technology coming down, man. Technology coming down the pike is just insane stuff. So if they're in an area, this is the other thing Christopher's area, what is it, 3 miles by 3 miles? Something like that.
Well, yeah, it's a little microforest out by his house that
and I'm thinking
all his neighbors know about.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, imagine you guys if we had it pinned down to that zone. there's no way anything can get into that zone or out of that zone. It's too small of an area without being detected. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Not a chance. Not
So
a
when
chance.
it
People don't
came
even
into the
think
area,
about it though. They're not even.
I know. That's the point. That's
Now,
the point.
but also a lot of his followers are more on the woo side, so they believe in that interdimensional in and out portal jumpy stuff.
But he
So
doesn't, does he?
that's gonna be the explanation why.
It's the only
They can be right there.
explanation.
But he doesn't though, does he?
No,
Yeah. He did in the
Not really.
past. Oh heck yeah. He was saying that Bigfoot out there drumming on a drum, and then things were being they were throwing pine cones at him and crap.
The pine cones.
6
The
years
dreaded
ago, 7
pine
years
cone
ago,
attacks.
he was like Bigfoot drums for him out there.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
There's
Well, I
so
mean,
much about
not
him
woo.
that's out there. And people just don't know because they've just started
Hank?
following him. So
Yeah,
they think,
right.
oh, he's great.
Yeah. Well, it's
You
a
know?
narration, like Thinker Thunker's narration. If you're going to do a bad documentary, you want to have at least the guy doing the audio part for it have a good twang in his voice or a capacity in his voice that takes a viewer on a little trip there. It's just garbage, though. But
Morgan Freeman.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that's both of them. Like they, you're right. You say the voice thing. I think that matters.
It sure does because it sounds very trusting, and especially Thinker Thunker. I like the way he sounds as he does this stuff and that. I just wish he would put the word. This is an entertainment channel. That's all he'd have to do.
Thinker
Just inform
Thunker.
everybody. That's all.
Like
he'd
my
have to do.
voice, Thinker Thunker. I'm Thinker Thunker. You like my voice?
No, he says it slower though. And it's that down home kind of sound. Sounds kind of like folks, you folks there. What do you think of this kind of video we're watching right now? I want to just kind of show you. This is a Sasquatch. Now look at the way that knee bends. Like there's no way that could be a human being. Try it. And I'll jump outside my steps outside my house. And it's a guy. We can go talk to him. I could pick up my phone and we could phone him. Let's do that. Here, Thinker, you want to do that? No, I don't even want to talk. And I think the idea of these repetitive things coming out to defend their videos that they put out, that it's, I think it was Nikki that you said this, they don't want to talk about it anymore. They want to move on from it as fast as possible. So that's not going to happen here. And that's good. Like I said, once you start showing people other options, different styles of channels that we're trying to do, whether they like it or not, they get a taste of familiarity, which gives them a reference point when they're over on the other side that's a little more blander than what's going on over here. And that's what we're talking about. It's a slow process. It's like a drip almost for a while, but it's happening. And I just hope it keeps going because...
Well, mission accomplished tonight, Leon.
Well,
I mean, I rarely get the kind of criticism that I got in chat tonight.
Well, yeah, why'd that all come here? I mean, was it all because of the whole Thinker Thunker thing, or?
Yeah, I mean,
it was kind of just two people, but
dude, I never get that. No one ever comes in here and talks shit, or ever. Like that's not a thing that happens.
Well, think about it. You got someone checking you out. You got someone paying attention to what you say.
Right.
You got someone watching you.
True.
And you can gauge their emotional reaction and your weight that you carry in their life from that.
Yep.
And they might not know. They might not been on the other side that we're on. They were on the side we were before, except for a few of us.
Yeah. Well, the comments sections are always really insightful.
I think so. Too.
Certain videos. Yeah. It's interesting to see how things go, mindset.
The other thing too is if you follow the chat sometimes, you can tell when all of a sudden whatever the topic is on watching on the screen, no one's talking. And that gives you kind of markers in your videos too when you kind of go back and look at them to say.
You also have to remember this. Like what you see in chat, guys, there might be 15 people in chat right now. There's 57 people watching. So the vast majority, no matter what channel you're on, the vast majority of people who are watching are not in chat. They're not engaging in chat at all.
Yeah. But again, at least we can read it, because when you get too many people in chat, it just goes.
Oh, I know.
It's like you can't even read the chat.
Yeah.
Kind of be part of the have the audience with us.
Yeah, so there might, I think there's about maybe 10 people in chat right now. There's 56 watching. So
Well, hey, I want to say hi to all those 46 people that are lurking and just kind of hanging back in the shadows and not really wanting to engage, but still kind of listening. I want to say hi to you.
me too. And hey, jump in the pool. Voice your opinion. It's welcome here. Either way, whatever it is. If you talk shit, I'll talk shit back to you. I won't ban you. See, that's the thing.
That was me.
I don't ban people. If you talk shit, I'll talk shit back. So
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to be departing pretty soon.
Me too.
Yep.
I'm exhausted.
Ooh.
look out.
I
Did
know
you say-
Christopher.
did-
I know Christopher. I've known him for like 5 years, so I'm not too worried about Christopher.
Did you? Hey, did you meet him with Utah Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yep. I think I remember the conversation I was having with you about Utah Sasquatch. I think you were still on the fence about that, and I'm like, dude.
Oh, he was such
Was
a
that right?
scammer.
Was that right? I would have to go through the.
No,
com-
I know.
I'm sure
I know.
missed it.
I still know things that people don't know.
Yeah.
He was a
That's all
scammer.
and he could. Yeah, he could very well be a scammer. Yeah, certainly look like he's a scammer for sure. So
Yeah, I think that's a multi-layered thing right there that you can't
Exactly.
say it's
That
just
is correct.
one thing or another. But he, there was some deception there. That's ultimately kind of what it was, but multi-layered thing.
well, I hope
Complicated.
that Nikki at one point gets the special guest that she hopes to get, because it'd be interesting to hear their.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure they'll just tell us. Why would you hoax?
Oh,
It's always a good
yeah.
question. Imagine talking to a real hoaxer that would just genuinely tell you why. Why? Because you guys are so easy to hoax. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well,
It's
look,
that
I mean,
I can
I'm
easily-
trying for this Sunday. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I mean-
response back.
Yeah.
I mean, just look. You got one of Bigfooting's biggest influencers who is on Survivor Man. Dealing with Les Stroud, and
Yeah.
I wonder what he thinks when he watched that. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I don't know about the Bigfoot community anymore." Trying to pass off a porcupine as a Bigfoot.
Yeah. Well, he made it through Todd Standing, so who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
And I think he did it really well. I mean, he stayed pretty objective,
Oh, Survivor Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
But
see
yeah.
his mind turning and his eyes kind of going up and
But I
around.
wonder when he watched
know.
that porcupine going up the tree, which I'm sure he easily identified. I wonder what was going through his mind.
Oh,
Like
oh,
I went
yeah.
out. I went out and spent resources on this guy, and this is what we're
Send
coming
that
up with.
to him. He's got to have a public email. Send that video to him and ask for his opinion. Oh my
And
God!
it's
that would
and
be crazy.
it's I feel bad because Christopher believes that that's actually Bigfoot, and the whole story that he's created with it. I think he's having a hard time, realizing or having a hard time walking back that porcupine thing, because it's going to really ruin the narrative that he's created for why he had that interaction. Because like the Bigfoot waved at him, and he thinks the Bigfoot alerted him to allow
the
him to come
wave.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot more. It's a lot more complicated than just saying, "Yes, sorry guys, I was wrong," because that could really call into question everything he's been promoting for the last many years. Because it's like, well, if he was wrong about that, then really wrong about that. Well, then maybe he was wrong about that, and really kind of calls into question. So I can see why he probably wouldn't want to back it up or retract anything, because it's there's no real incentive for him. It's just
I'm reading the comments.
Same.
Are you ignoring him?
No.
Oh, we're reading it.
We're wrapping things up.
We need a skeptic.
Yeah.
We were
It's like,
talking about it
dude,
earlier. You're supposed to have been here an hour and a half
We were
ago.
Yeah.
pretty skeptical.
we've been extremely skeptical of the
Oh, yeah.
BS going going on in our own waters, man.
They need to go rewatch the show.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, we do.
And now, I mean, now we're approaching 2.5 hours, so probably gonna start wrapping it up here pretty soon. Instead of like, dude, or hey, if you'd have been here an hour ago, that would have been fine.
That would have been perfect
but-
timing too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I even got
I
on
don't
my
want to
damn
extend the
nerves.
show another hour. Yeah.
Bring them on the after show.
What after show?
Oh yeah, after show.
I mean, I could do that, but I would want to record it and actually make it an after show like content, you know?
That's fine. That's a good idea.
Well, the better though, it's too bad he didn't watch what you guys all talked about, because it would have gave him lots of interesting questions, and he would say, "Oh, you guys are pretty hard on these guys." Well, we weren't hard at all on them. We were just, we go after them more than the skeptic would. That's not a Sasquatcher person.
Well, I don't think we go after anybody really. We just
we don't. But I mean, we would though, because
call
it's,
balls and strikes like we see them.
yeah,
If
and
you
it's
understand that,
okay.
you know?
You know, it's okay if you're presenting something to the public as a fact. We should have every right to make a commentary response to it. It's just,
Of course.
you know, absolutely. You know, it's
We do have
protecting
every
people,
right.
and
Yeah.
that stuff is it's going away. You know, because these shenanigans or ridiculousness is not really, nobody's buying it.
we should get a T-shirt made up with Sasquatch, black T-shirt, the Sasquatch pointing at you like this, and it says "No shenanigans, researchers."
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's
Um,
because
I
it's
mean,
just way too many shenanigans.
Like, we do still have a big audience here.
Too many hoodwinks.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I mean,
And
that's
watch
just with
my
that
show
whole
this
thing,
coming
man.
Sunday.
I hope so.
Well,
I'm
he
working
can
Sunday
replace
night,
me,
so
'cause I got an after show with my pillow. I've been up for quite a long time.
oh, Patrick, you.
Oh,
We'll
It's
give
been
you a
fun,
hug.
guys.
Here's a nighttime hug for you, lad.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go. All the way from British Columbia, Canada.
And
Yeah, bud.
I love your accent. I love it when you say folks.
Folks.
Well, thank y'all guys, and I'm sorry I vented a little, but y'all have fun and bring Orge on. I mean, 30 minutes, whatever. Good night.
Night, Pat.
All right.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah, you totally look like you're wearing surgical gloves there,
I was
Brent.
gonna punch him out, and he went too fast.
Oh.
Whoa, where? Whoa, I'm stuck in a box.
Oh, look at you. It's a Blue Man Group.
Oh my God, Mr. Smurf.
Yeah, totally, Mr. Smurf.
Whoa!
Wait a second, your
Papa
beard's
Smurf, Papa
your
Smurf.
beard's glowing. Oh my.
Doodle, doodle.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Yep. That's how we roll.
Jorge's like, I don't want to play without Patrick. See, he wants Vaughn in there.
Oh,
So,
Oh, now he's chickening out.
now I don't know if it's a chicken out.
Oh, he's chickening out. All skeptics
maybe.
always chicken out. That's what they do. There
That's
you
what
go.
they do.
There we go. We're just stir him up there. Oh, get in there and tell Leon a few things.
But no, it's
No, I
always
understand.
interesting to talk to people who are like really kind of non-believers, really not interested, or really believe too much into the subject. You know, because you get a lot of insight from them.
Well, you can talk to him if you want to.
Not really, but
Maybe another show.
Yeah.
you know, I'll listen. I mean, you know, I like those discussions with people like that. You know, I like observing them. And,
Well, so do I.
yeah, maybe sometimes, you know, sitting in on them, but not right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
lot-
like
a lot.
those
lot of brain
discussions
power.
too. Yeah, I like those discussions too. You guys have seen it here on this show. Like, I'm like,
Brent, have you seen how many comments you've got on your videos you made?
I haven't looked lately, but when I last looked, it was like a lot. I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of
on
upvote
your
people.
video, on Brent's
There's
video.
a lot of people.
Yeah, like on the second one. You know, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought I was okay. Like it's like you gotta be somewhat critical, but still use kid gloves. You know, because you don't want to be rude, but you still have to be honest because
You
these
were fine,
discussions
I
need to
thought.
be had. You know,
Oh
and
yeah,
and
you were ultra nice. I was
yeah,
holding it back as
Yeah.
much as I could.
yeah. Well, I didn't want to give anybody any sort of ammunition to
Right.
attack me with, other than what I'm talking about. And I thought what I brought up was very observant, as far as there's some glaring things to really kind of show that it's really not a Bigfoot that's kind of scuttling up the tree there. And it's just I don't know. It's a weird thing, because it's this, even that there is a multi-level, a layered thing, where it's a complex thing where the whole dynamics involved with all the people involved, because he's such a high profile person in the subject.
You got to have tough skin though when you're talking obvious evidence.
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't matter.
do.
Yeah, no,
Honestly, it's like like any of the bad comments is like it's interesting, because I really find it insightful what people are really kind of upset about, and where their mind is on how they're stuck that they can't see the porcupine, and how they blindly defend somebody just because they're friends with them, really, and can't really be honest with their own friend because they don't want to ruin that friendship and stuff. It's really the whole dynamics with how everything is going is really interesting. But I haven't had any sort of like no real need to be upset about anything that people have said, and people have been mean to me too, like saying some bad stuff. It's like, I get why they would be frustrated. They perceive me as attacking.
86.
Yeah, they perceive me as attacking one of their friends, and so I get why they would be upset. But I just kind of hope that they understand that I'm just trying to find out what is true, what's not true, so I know what to believe in. It's like, but with Christopher, he's such an influencer that he influences so many people, that there's so many people right now that believe a porcupine is a Bigfoot, and it makes you wonder about, since he influences a lot of people, he reaches more people outside of the Bigfoot community. Makes you wonder what those people think now of the Bigfoot subject, if we're trying to pass off to the public with one of our influencers who we apparently support, what they think of us now that we're trying to pass off a porcupine. Because you take that into any hunting group, dude, you're going to get laughed out. Like you're going to be kicked out of the group because they're going to think you're trolling.
Yeah, maybe we're all wrong though. Maybe it's actually a raccoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has long tails, fat little belly, climbs
Well,
up trees.
yeah. I guess it could be a porcupine mimicking a Bigfoot mimicking a porcupine. Because that's what they do.
That is impressive though, man. 86 comments on a 377 views. Like that's an amazing ratio.
Yeah. Well, of course I don't.
On a 3-minute video.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, right. That I haven't even gotten to yet. Yeah, skip ad.
Well,
why do you have ads on, Brent?
I don't. I'm not monetized. That's the thing, is my monetization is turned off, so I don't see why that they. Hey, look, that looks like I'm wearing the same shirt.
You're talking with yourself.
You always look like that.
Hi, me.
I like how you have the orb behind you. That's really cool.
That's the portal, man. I had to jump through.
Yeah.
Just wait till I leave, man.
Oh, there's something you guys. I was thinking about what you're chatting about, and I had something in my head, and it's now no longer in my mind.
But I did want to say that I didn't make those videos just to try and get attention.
Got confirmation.
Did you?
Or
yeah, Sunday's gonna happen.
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's gonna be a good one.
That'll be interesting.
I'm not saying everybody. You just have to tune into Harry Man and Hoodwinks, because there's going to be somebody on there that is going to blow your mind. It's going to be a guest that is going to be somebody that everybody is going to want to listen to and talk to.
How many people are watching right now? Only 48?
Yeah,
but there'll be more.
Right now?
No, seriously, everybody needs to,
right now? 50.
Behind the scenes, Nikki, you should talk to them about it, because talk to everybody in the group here, That's it.
Before I
Yeah,
announce?
before, so they can kind of help promote this as well, because this is going to be a very, very important show, not just for the community in general, and kind of ties into what we are all talking about and what we're all kind of experiencing. So definitely let everybody know, and everybody's got to keep it secret because it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Well, I gotta put out the promotion tomorrow anyway. Now
Oh,
that
well,
I've
there you
got
go.
information, so
There you go.
it,
I guess.
it
Yeah.
won't matter.
If you want to spill the beans, go ahead.
Did you get Gene Simmons of Kiss?
No, but I'm trying for that too. That's a whole different show.
I can get him.
On, like, don't
He did
stop.
one of-
Leon,
he did one of my one of my theme campouts I did in Alberta.
Oh my goodness.
So,
awesome.
okay, but he's old now. He'll come up with a walker. Okay, let's do this.
I saw
No, he's-
him. I saw him
No,
in
he's not.
2020, right before
He-
the lockdown.
You don't
He
want to
just
say.
He just played Tampa Saturday.
I know.
You don't want to
You
say.
didn't see the walker.
And it wasn't the real Gene Simmons. It was a
Like everybody's dying to know.
Impersonator.
Like you
Are
don't
they
want to say.
dying? No, I only see one person who wants to know. So
I've seen
okay,
3
two.
or 2, maybe.
I see 3.
Yeah, 3.
What is it? What?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
What are you talking
What?
Somebody.
Who is it? It's late.
Oh no!
Nobody
Don't
watched.
say it! Don't say it! Don't say it!
Yeah, you should.
Don't say
no,
it.
you should.
Don't,
No, I'm gonna-
no! Don't say
You
it!
should do a promo video for it.
Yeah, do it a day before.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, do a
No.
promo video up to the special guest, and then the day before you can do the special. You can announce who it is,
Do it
Yeah,
that
I'll
way.
have to do it tomorrow morning, and then
because
I'll
this
sort it
is
out.
this is going to be a fun one, guys.
And-
You're not going to
will.
expect who this
You're
is.
either gonna love me or hate me on this.
Yeah,
one, so
no, you're always
know,
going to love her.
no
You're always going to love her,
middle
but you
I have
understand
a
why she's doing
prediction.
it.
In a hateful way.
I have a prediction about that show, Nikki.
Hmm.
He's going to stick to his guns.
Oh yeah.
He's
Hope so.
not gonna back down much.
Good.
He's gonna stick to his guns. You're gonna get the animated version of that person.
I know
Not-
100% where
not
he stands
real.
on everything. So I'm going in with
Yeah.
that already, and that's fine. I'm not here to. I want him to tell it his story. You know,
Hey, this is not fair to these guys in
So-
chat. You're
it
torturing.
I know.
is because they're
I
like,
know.
I gotta
Everyone's
watch
going to be walking away
Sunday.
with some.
Sunday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Harry Man hoaxes and hoodwinks.
Yes.
And it's not Todd Standing. No.
Ah.
Standing. But that'll be.
Is that
an idea.
this Sunday?
He likes to get on place things, huh?
Is that this Sunday or next Sunday?
This Sunday because it was
This-
supposed to be last Sunday, but I
Yeah. So it's the
Unfortunately.
day after tomorrow, then, huh?
yeah.
So it's
but
like
he
right
just
there?
now, right now,
It is
live
right there.
confirmed.
Yeah. I thought it was next week. So yeah, that's
No,
a quick.
because the week after that is Squatchoween, where you guys are all invited to come on with your costumes, and we're just gonna tell spooky stories and have fun. That's it.
Is that the 23rd?
The 24th?
Oh, okay.
I think it's.
I have an idea about your next guest since it is so close, because I didn't realize it was so close either. When you do your promo, do the things that he has about the Sasquatch and just show that. And that maybe
but
that will jump.
the first picture I show.
I know.
Everybody will
Yeah,
know.
Let
she'll,
them know exactly
she'll
what
knock
Hey,
it out of the
you really
park,
want to
man.
know? He is in one of my promos. So go to my channel and find it.
There you go.
One
Yeah.
of my.
Let's see what
my
these
promos.
internet sleuths can come up with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sasquatch investigation challenge.
Yeah.
They'll come back and they'll say, "Yeah,
One
the
of the-
pictures were blurry."
Is it you solo by yourself, Nikki?
Yes, I will not have a panel for this one. I'm
Hmm.
gonna go solo.
What
Yeah.
about the non-disclosure or
Yes.
what's it called?
I don't want to
Non-disclosure
Attack
agreement.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
NDA.
So
NDA, yes.
Yeah. No, that's you're probably right to do that, Nikki, because I mean, you should just go 1v1 with him and not have a panel because that would be piling on.
oh
You know.
goodness, we went through all kinds
Yeah.
of.
Yeah,
I talked to
good.
Brent privately, and we discussed, having the first hour one show where there would be no chat at all. It would
Nope.
just be him
No chat.
telling his story, and that would end.
No chat
And
questions.
then
Yeah,
the
no
second
chat.
part would come up, allowing a chat to come on.
And full blown questions, because you want the
Yeah.
first hour to go uninterrupted with let him tell a story, and then the second part, everybody's going to want to ask him questions because everybody's going to want to talk to him.
Okay.
But he just confirmed he doesn't give a shit. He just wants the chat on, and it'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it will
He's
be.
just-
You don't have to pull up chat until a certain point, right?
That
Yeah.
too.
Well, right.
However, but
And that
yeah,
would have to go through YouTube, right? I would have to be on YouTube
Alright.
to shut that off and on.
I
No,
don't know.
I'm saying you don't have to pull up any questions until you want to.
Oh no, right.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
had like a heat flash saying it was just gonna be filled with negative, nasty stuff.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't
he's
have to
a
pull away from
Yeah.
anything. But
yeah, he's very polarizing.
but maybe not. I mean,
Mm,
Well, he must know that that's a very strong possibility.
You would think.
Like I got to say yes, and I'm not really. If he's saying it, I'm not too worried about it and stuff like that. I think he'll totally just show. I know he'll totally.
It'll be
he'll be
interesting no
fine.
matter
It'll
what.
be fine. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna run it like any other show I do.
Yeah, he'll
And
do
I'm
fine.
gonna
I
talk
think
to
too,
him
for sure.
and let him. He likes to do the talking, so let him do the talking.
Well, that's what you want.
Mhm.
Well, it's gonna be. I can't wait. I mean, it's amazing.
Talking.
I got people going. We're gonna be texting you our questions. So anyway,
No, it's
if you do
awesome.
have any questions, you gotta let me know early so I can put them in my lineup.
No, it's totally awesome, and it'll be interesting. That's for sure.
I don't know who it is.
A little different.
Oh, you will afterwards.
Yeah, Matt's a little slow on this one, but yeah.
Well, you've
I'm
only
slow
been
on
like
this
you've been a couple of years in, right?
Yeah, not even.
Do you know like pre like
That-
the 2000s? No.
No clues. No,
You gonna give it away?
because
Yeah.
I would have been able
People
to.
in the chat already know.
No,
I'll
they do
tune
not.
in like everybody
No,
else.
they don't. No, that's not
A
who it
couple
is
a
at
couple
all.
of people do. They definitely do.
No, those are the wrong people too. Okay, it's Matt Moneymaker. That's who it
That's
is.
Sterling. Oh my goodness.
Oh, is Matt here?
He has an announcement
Sure.
about apparently he's going to announce the best Bigfoot video in 2021.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there's been some winners the last 4 months, haven't there?
Yeah. Learning
Yeah, huh?
opportunities. Those are called.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the fucking winners this week. We are the winners.
Love you,
We are the
Bones.
winners. We
Now,
won.
Yeah.
It's not,
A
it's
huge
not about
battle.
winning.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
just
huge.
coming
The
to
truth. We
Yeah.
won in the truth, Matt.
Yeah. Well,
The
you know,
truth.
we're making progress is how it is. We're making progress on getting a good ideology, a good philosophy out there on a good way of looking at, what people are presenting. Thinker Thunker really, really failed everybody big time to the point where it's like, dude, you are not reliable at all. Like you should, yeah.
I think the reason why Bigfoot 20 got out of it was because of his last video he did was the Thinker, or no, it wasn't the last Thinker Thunker one, but
No, I think that's when he created Big Fat Tony, because he got a lot of crap from the Cat Hansen thing.
That's right.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
and
See, this is good history.
and this is the thing. It's like this is how it was back then. He just did normal. He just broke down people who were hoaxing, like straight up hoaxing, and he'd show you how you're doing it in most cases, And people would you were not popular at that time, and he took so much heat that it's like it's not even worth dealing with these people talking all this bad stuff about you when all you do is want to show people what's actually going on, like what this video actually is, how it's not actually what's being presented, it's actually this over here, and here's why, and that's how the climate is really starting to change right now, where
now he has backup. Brent.
Yeah,
Now he has
Yeah.
backup. So if you could convince him to come on air and talk or
Mhm.
start making videos again,
Yeah.
Like,
What,
please do, man. He has backup, dude. We
Yeah.
have his back.
Yeah,
I have
because
his back.
when I came out about the Bigfoot tree in 2018, there was nobody supporting me. Like, I had like Leon, but there was no real support because it was like too taboo to talk about, supporting people who were talking against hoaxing and stuff. And now it's just it's really changing. That this big wave of truth is coming because people, I think, are realizing that what's been presented for the last 10, 20 years is not really working, and it's not kind of the direction we need to go. We need to move past this type of sheltered thinking and move past it and outgrow it.
Well said. That's well said right there.
I agree. So on that, I think I'll end the show, guys. Fair enough. I'm gonna put you guys backstage, hang out.
I gotta bounce out though.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to everybody later.
Later, man.
Blue man.
Bye.
All right.
Wow. Holy shit. Interesting. Great show tonight. And yeah, man, things are changing. Brent summed it up pretty well. Like, he said a wave. I kind of agree with him on that. Leon is more of the slower approach. He thinks it's a 10-year thing. I think this is all exponential, in my opinion. But it's a good show tonight. Good week. We collapsed a huge lie. I say we, like you, me, I, the whole community, like the whole critical thinking community collapsed a huge lie tonight with a retraction. And that was amazing. So never more important have these words been.
Let's assume that you've got to this point in the video and you don't agree with me at all. Fine, but I guarantee that this video has been beneficial to you. It will, at the very least, have allowed you to compare your own argument to mine, thus giving you an understanding of the opposite view of the argument. And, assuming you're being honest with yourself and actually paid attention, it will have strengthened your own line of reasoning in preparation for an intellectually honest counter-argument. Therefore, even if you don't agree with me at all, this video will still have been useful to you, even if it only confirmed what you previously knew. If I get defeated here, if someone comes along with a very good counter-argument that defeats mine properly, then great, we've all learned. And if I'm right, great, we've all learned again. But if we don't have the debate because it's artificially shut down, or people complain so much that it persuades people not to take me seriously, we can't learn. We can't find the truth. So we will live in ignorance of the truth. It is therefore in all our best interests to have a debate about this subject. But if the academics or corporations like YouTube or the central state are not allowing the debate, or somehow find a way to call this offensive and take it down, then we won't learn and we will have a valueless interpretation of